again. Another day. It's like crap. That's okay. Well, another day, another stream. Thank you, everybody who's been attending frequently. I appreciate it. I'm sorry for all the ads and the craziness, but it is what it is. That's what I can do. And here we are again to get into it some more. So, we're going to talk about Twitch a little bit today and how crappy they've been as a platform dealing with certain situations that have been going on, specifically like this Nina Lynn chick getting unbanned after a week for all the crazy crap that she has done. And yeah, Twitch just needs to be called out and held accountable by their entire platform, I believe. So they definitely need a top-down rework. Not just rework, but new people need to put into positions, and the current administrative and leadership needs to be let go or retrained. But yeah, there's some other internet drama going on tonight. Dr. David Wood is going to be talking about Sam Shamoun. So that's kind of in line with another issue I wanted to talk about. Sam has been a drive of evil lately, spreading gossip around about Christian apologists, YouTube, AP, Ridvan, who is a streamer. He streams as well, but he's definitely an apologist, and he debates Islam primarily because he was once a Muslim, then turned atheist after leaving the Muslims. His handle was Apostate Prophet, and I really enjoy his content. But this guy has been
complained,
evil.
let me say, you're a pig.
So now David Wood is
you're an animal.
exposing
you're a beast,
his evilness
you're a
to the
dirty
world.
dog, and you're good for nothing to be destroyed and sent
So
to
we're
hell.
gonna watch this clip put together by David Wood.
My goal is to get your mother and piss on her and get the Shia to rape that whore, and then also sodomize you, you filthy dog.
So what's your
that's
background,
evil.
Augustine, besides your mother being a dirty whore? Shut your pie hole before you get your mother to mount your uncle again. Stupid little bastard. He's manifesting like his mother when the Shia mount her. Yeah, I think Redvan is confusing with his father. He used to beat the snot out of his mother after his father used to mount him. David Wood thinks he's smart. Let me tell you what a dastardly Satan this spiritual bastard is. You stupid, dumb little bastard. No disrespect to bastards. Maybe AP, that effeminate Turkish fag, will come and lay hands on you. The stupid fat cow. No, it was by your mother being a Shia prostitute in Iran. Shut the hell up, you stupid bastard. You stupid dumbass. Let me tell you why, David, you're a stupid fat bastard. You're too much of a narcissistic, sociopathic scum, tool of Satan, to humble yourself and seek reconciliation. No, you stupid bastards. You fake bastards, sons of Satan,
everyone's
that think you're
fake
Christian and pious, that condemn me.
I do condemn him. He is very evil and needs to get off of the internet, get off of X, get off of posting on YouTube. He's very, very evil in his words. And he's trying to drag people through the mud with him. He definitely needs help mentally. He needs to get with the Lord and pray instead of worrying about his denomination and being Catholic, the best Catholic you can be, which I don't know how you can be the best Catholic when you're not in any leadership role. You talk like this evil, demonic person that just constantly attacks anybody that has an opposing view to you. And just evil slurs, evil language, never polite to anybody, just an angry, lonely man.
So come on up, you little prostitute, you whore of Satan. You're a slut of Satan. You dumb, stupid, satanic bastard. You scum. Okay, you son of a whore. You son of a whore. But the dumb, demonic bastard manifest. Now get the hell out of here. That Jake, that fat cow bastard, and his cow boyfriend, Orthodox lesbian, what the fudge is going on? She are mounting your whore mother, because you're a whore like your mother, and they fudge you and her, you filthy bastard whore, prostitute that you are. Your uncle's mounting you right now, you filthy lowlife. Stupid bastard, huh? What are you going to do now, you satanic bastard? I'm David Wood, and you got to follow my script. Yeah, you stupid bastard. No, you're a whore like your mother. You're a whore like your mother, brother. Go find who your father is, because it took 20 Shia to birth you. The Bible calls out whores and your mothers for being whores. You're a whore, brother. You're a whore. You're a bastard. You're a coward. I spit on you, but my spit is better than you. Because Mango, they're all whores, sons of whores. Because your whore mother likes bald heads to rub her bald ass, because you're a whore like your mother. And you like your bald uncle because he mounts you, because you're a whore like your mother. So your mother doesn't complain about bald asses rubbing her bald face.
And we're going to tune into that stream tonight when David Wood goes live.
You prostitute. Bring your mother out of the darkness of being a whore like your grandmother, and stop letting your uncle molest.
Coming up here shortly, I think. Yep, there we go.
Separated, just finalizing our divorce situation and all that. She has gone her own way, and I have also gone my own way. Now, I have certainly not handled everything in this entire process and in the aftermath the way it should be handled in a traditional Christian way.
AP talking about his current,
which is also why divorce. I don't like to share it with the public, because I'm not a good example, and you shouldn't be following me. Okay. I mean, in what world? Why is it considered normal to take a YouTuber as a good role model in their private life and in everything? Is that why we established an audience? Or is it because of the things that we talk about? I established an audience because of my critique of Islam.
Yeah.
Did people really follow me because they thought, oh yeah, this guy says Islam sucks, must be a perfect role model, I'm going to live exactly as this guy lives? No, nobody should be doing such a thing. If you want to have moral guidance, go to a church, go to a priest, go to the Bible. That's what I do. Okay, I haven't been perfect. I have been emotionally unstable over these years. I have found good guidance, wonderful guidance, through a priest, through the Bible, through books. And I recently pointed this out as well, that during this entire process, everything I did, everything we did, was done with the information of a priest whom I consider a spiritual father, not with the approval of his. There are many things that he said, this is not good, and this is not how it should be done. I did it anyway, and I said, forgive me. I'm sorry. So it was done with his information, not with his approval. For example, and this is one of the famous things that people like to talk about. She posted that she has gone a different way and established a friendship that might lead into a different direction. And I think it was a big mistake to share that with the public. I don't think anybody needs to know about any of that. And I also don't want anybody to attack her. And this is actually a big takeaway that I want people to have from this. Sam was busy trying to depict me as a villain and to then depict her as a villain. When he was depicting me as a villain, I was like, okay, yeah, whatever, I'll just take it for a while. Then he started accusing her of being a whore, a Jezebel, and this and this and that. And that is absolutely unacceptable and disgusting. Okay, here is some guy with a huge audience with 300,000 subscribers who is clearly mentally unstable, who is attacking a random person for sharing something about her life and making live streams about her and inviting people to call her a whore. That's where you cross a line, Sam. But he has crossed many of those lines, and we're going to see that very soon. Anyway, she shared things with the public that I think shouldn't have been shared with the public. She decided that it was a mistake and deleted her stuff. I shared some things with the public. I didn't hide them. I thought there is no need to hide them, and I can't bother hiding them. When I walked around, for example, with a woman who was seen with me on video footage that was quite out there in your face, I made no efforts to hide that. For those who are wondering, I'm also going to be very open and honest about it, since we are here and talking about it. It is actually somebody that I've recently met and that I have recently come to grow very fond of and feel a lot of love for. And talk to. That's it. Because I am no longer in a committed relationship. Because we have agreed, all those involved have agreed that we are separated and moved on. All those involved in this entire thing that I've just talked about, all those directly involved in this are aware of every single thing that I've said, acknowledge every single thing that I've said, and are okay with every single thing that I've said. Nobody has been wronged. Nobody has been treated with injustice. But if you listen to people like Sam Shamoun, it might sound like there's some huge plot going on because of Israel. I don't know why Israel somehow comes into the discussion again.
Oh, I know exactly why it comes in. I tell you everything that goes through that dude's head.
Because of Israel, apparently, I cheated on my wife, and then because of Israel, which was also instigated by David Wood, which is the most wild thing. I mean, between David Wood and me, the one that is most pro-Israel and pro-Zionist is most definitely me, not David.
And I'll go ahead and say I definitely would have commented on a lot of things after the October 7th attack. My position has never changed. As we've mentioned many times, we're not Christian Zionist as far as like the position of Christian Zionism, which is like a view about Israel in the end times and things Christians need to do. We're Zionists in the basic sense. I've always said I'm a Zionist in the same sense that Sam Harris is a Zionist, in that it's good that Jews have a place to live, because it seems people pretty easily can just point at Jews and say they're the cause of all our problems, we need to attack them, and so it's good they have a place that they can go. When something goes wrong in one country, it's good that they have a place they can go. And so my basic Zionism is Israel has a right to exist and defend itself, and it's good that they have a place. That's pretty much the extent of my Zionism. That's always been my position. That's never changed. So I would have made that very clear as the war's going on and stuff. But the reason we focused on it so much was mainly because of AP. AP was more interested in it, and we did shows together. And so I went along with him. But according to Sam, I infected AP with my Christian Zionism, which is not my position, nor AP's position. And this caused AP to choose Israel over his wife and kids, and he abandoned his wife and kids to go with Israel, and that's it.
You know, we joke sometimes about how some people are obsessed with Israel, and they're like, Israel did this, and with Sam, it actually happened. He actually did the meme and made it about Israel somehow, when Israel has nothing to do with it at all. It's so ridiculous. So, long story short, all I'm going to say about this further on is, I am aware that there are standards, that there are boundaries that need to be respected. I'm aware that there are institutions that need to be respected. I'm aware that there is a way that things are supposed to be done. I haven't been perfect, or I haven't been great at doing those. Okay, I am a new Christian. I just became a Christian. I am trying to live my life truthfully, with meaning, and well. I go to a priest to ask him, and he hasn't approved of everything I've done. He hasn't approved of everything that has happened here. He hasn't approved of the entire situation, but he acknowledges it, and he also realizes that there is only a limited amount of things that he can actually do about it and say about it. So, if you want to judge me for any of this, go ahead and judge me. If you think so, to reiterate something here. The wife that I'm separating from, against whom I have no hate, no animosity. She's a good person, and I wish her all the best. She has been informed about all of this. She has acknowledged this. She has no problem with any of this at this point. She's also going her own way, and I wish her all the best for that. And I pray for her. Throughout this entire process, I prayed that God helps us do this the right way. And I realized that much of what I do might not be the right way. Much of what I do might not be the expected way to go about it. But I wished that God forgives me and blesses whatever we establish, whatever happens as a result. if some parts of this, including how I move on, are not in line with with perfect Christian morality, with perfect, biblical standards and all that, then I have to say I regret, and I ask God for mercy and for forgiveness and for guidance in the future. If anybody watching me or listening to me thinks that this is absolutely horrible and beyond redemption, despite the fact that nobody has been wronged, nobody has been harmed, nobody's asking for help, except that we did things in a slightly unexpected and unorthodox way. If you think that I should therefore be condemned and rejected, and you don't want anything to do with me anymore, please go ahead and move on from me. Don't listen to me. I don't know why that would be, but do that. I'm okay with it. That said, it is my life. It is the lives of those involved. It is nobody else's life. It is for nobody else to talk about. And I am not here to tell people, hey, I did the right thing. This is the Christian way to do it, and you should follow me and also do it this way. No, on the contrary, I have not shared most of this because I thought, okay, some of this is not probably how it should be done, and I'm doing it wrong, and I acknowledge and I repent. I don't want to share it with the public because I don't want people to think that, because I don't want people to get the impression that this is completely all right. I don't want to be a role model. I never claimed to be a role model. Don't take people like me as a role model, and especially don't take people like Sam Shamoun as role models. If you want to stick with me through this, like another human being, like the person that you watch on screen, like a brother, like a friend, I thank you. If you want to say, no, this is unacceptable, I thank you as well. That's all I can say to that at this point. Are there any questions you have, David?
No.
Okay.
Ready to check out some of Sam's posts, and you've already kind of answered some of them by that little intro there. But you're ready to check out some of Sam's posts. Let's see.
A good 20 minutes.
Up.
The intro. Unfortunately.
All right, ready to be crushed?
Yeah.
Here we go. Sam Shamoun. All right, so let's see. This is 2 weeks ago. Sam says, since she made this public, I am sharing it.
It's no longer public, as you can see, because she deleted it.
Yeah, and it's also a thing where Sam will say, and his drones will say, see, it's a public issue, but then they'll say all sorts of things and demand all kinds of information that has nothing to do with what's been said in public. I mean, since she made this public, I am sharing it. What happened to Ridvan? And what will David do? Notice, it instantly turns it into something about me. But watch what he does here, because it's brilliant, guys. I mean, it's not brilliant. It's it's a classic borderline, but check this out. Since she made this public, I'm sharing it. What happened to Ridvan? And what will David Wood do about it besides talking about Zionism and why Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens are liars? Pray for Ridvan.
What do with it?
Yeah. No, this was, I think, as nice as he gets towards you. Pray for Ridvan and for our sister, especially their children. That's the only time he showed any sort of like that I saw. But we'll see. We're about to go through the post. But that's the only time I saw like anything remotely resembling something that sounded like concern, but he kind of destroyed it with what's sandwiched around it. Pray for Ridvan and our sister, especially their children. It's been a rough journey for her. P.S. Will that spiritual scum, the archive, keep making clips of AP and Wood in light of this recent problem? Or like a dog, will he now delete those clips too? So guys, did you catch what just happened? There's something about AP going on. He turns it into an attack against two people that he believes have abandoned him, because we did, but it was because of him, both of us. I mean, I met the archive once somewhere recently. I don't know much of what I said except like hi or something like that. I can't think of. We didn't talk about this situation, but even before that, the archive was posting tons of clips of Sam Shamoun, and then started posting clips of me. And I don't know what the order was because I wasn't paying attention. I used to see lots of clips of Sam Shamoon on his channel, and then he started posting clips of me. I do not know why he focused on me. He could have focused on God Logic or anyone else, so I'm not sure about that. But he stopped posting clips of Sam, and then I don't know if it was instant or if it happened sometime later, but then he took down all his videos of Sam. And Sam's been coming after him ever since. I wasn't paying much attention. I saw one post where he was calling out the archive. But when someone sent me a sort of compilation from some of his recent live streams, he's constantly attacking the archive. Now, what happened with the archive? The archive was posting Sam Shamoon videos for a while and then stopped. And then stopped. And then Sam constantly harasses him from that point on. That's how it works. When you abandon Sam, he's coming at you forever. He has massive abandonment issues. So notice he takes something that happens with AP and then turns it into an attack on me right before it and the archive right after it.
Yeah, but you're moving my camera.
That's why he waits for something to... That's why he waits for someone who's associated with someone who really wants to go after, because then he can say, aha, and then say what he's really after. So he makes this about me and the archive. What's the archive got to do with any of this? Nothing. Yeah, but Sam makes it about him. And so here we have, this is the fruit of Christian Zionism. That's weird. Hey, AP, again, you a Christian Zionist?
No.
Okay, I'm not a Christian Zionist either. Does Sam know that we're not Christian Zionists? Does he know your actual position?
Yes.
You mentioned this yesterday, but go ahead and recap that.
Yeah, in fact, I had a conversation with Sam Shamoon after I had a debate with Andrew Wilson about Zionism and Christianity. Sam actually... It's very funny. Sam is very, very different behind the scenes from how he is in public. Sam called me after I had my debate with Andrew Wilson and said that he wants to give me some advice on how to make my argument even better, because he said that I actually won the debate. But
so he said, hang on, he said you won the debate, but he was willing to help you, and this is just a few months ago, help you make your arguments for your position, which is a kind of like secular Zionism or something like this, but you're a Christian at this point. And he said, hey, I can help you make your argument. So he didn't have this sort of hatred, Zionism is the end of the universe thing just a few months ago. That's weird.
Yeah. He actually said that he also believes that Christians should help and support Jews in Israel. So,
so that's basically our position, right?
Yeah. So he explained to me then that so we talked about the difference between Christian Zionists and just Zionism, for example. And he said to me in that conversation that he knows that my position is not Christian Zionism, and he actually thinks that Christian Zionists are part of the problem because they have complicated this entire discussion and have made things worse for Israel and for Zionists in general. So he was very, very well aware that I'm not a Christian Zionist, that that Christian Zionism and Zionism are two completely different things. And he pointed out that I am not a Christian Zionist in the discussion that he had with me on the phone call, which was a very interesting phone call, which I actually kind of appreciated, But here he is now accusing us of Christian Zionism, which he very well knows we do not follow.
So this is basically him trying to stir up some groypers to start attacking you, right?
Yes, yes. So by his standard, what happens when somebody lies about him or slightly misrepresents him? He starts out calling them a spiritual bastard, a son of Satan, a whore, a prostitute, son of a whore, son of a Shia prostitute, and says that your dad probably molests you and things like that. So what does this now say about Sam Shamoon?
Yeah, and you pointed that out the other day. You said, okay, Sam, when you ask him, hey, why did you call this guy a bastard? Why did you say that his mother does mutta and he's the son of a whore and this and that? He goes, he misrepresented what I said. And you pointed out, it's like, oh, well, following that reasoning, we can call you a bastard and start talking about your mother and stuff. And so, and he responded to that. I didn't see it, but people told me he responded to that. Said, oh, I'll tell you to say it to my face. I'll tell you. It's like, wait a minute, dude. Now you're threatening violence over it.
Angry little man.
What? Oh, it's even worse. What he also did was he then said that that my father probably beat my mother and that my father probably molested me as a child.
Yeah. So think about this. It's he lays down a rule. This is going to come up over and over and over again. He lays down a rule. If you misrepresent someone's position, that person is entirely justified in calling you a bastard and talking about your mother being a whore. And then you say, okay, well, if that's the rule, then I can now say this. And it's, I'll fight you. It's like, wait, he makes up the rule, but he doesn't believe the rule applies to him. And that's something, if you've known Sam for a while, you know that you have never met someone more judgmental than him. He's constantly condemning and attacking everyone around him. He's doing worse than everyone around him. And if you bring it out, he threatens to destroy you.
Yep.
If you say, hey man, you can't do that, I'll destroy you. Don't you contradict me. It's just insane. It's totally insane. Anyway, so he says, this is the fruit of Christian Zionism, even though this has literally nothing to do with Christian Zionism, because no one involved in this conversation is a Christian Zionist.
Yeah.
And note how sick and twisted this is. He is happy about being in Israel while he just walked away from his marriage. This is the fruit of this satanic ideology. Pray for this man, since his unhealthy love for Israel and the accolades he is getting from them will be the cause of him turning away from Christ. Wait and see. You're also going to turn away from Christ. Oh, yeah. Now, watch what he does. Does it again, guys. Now will that satanic bastard, the archive, keep posting his clips in light of AP turning his back on his family? Turns it into an attack on the archive once again.
Maybe he doesn't like this archive guy.
Except completely predictable. Oh, look, here you are again in his feed. Let's see. So you said, I'm heading to Israel in 1 week, big projects ahead. So this was before this. And then he shares it 2 weeks later. This is the cancer of Christian Zionism, except, as Sam knows, neither one of us is a Christian Zionist. He knows it. He's lying about our position repeatedly to kind of stir up the Groyper crowd and get them going after AP. Smart. He is definitely not Eastern Orthodox, since the official teaching of the Eastern Orthodox is that the church in union with Christ is true Israel and that our allegiance is to the Lord Jesus Christ. AP, how can you reconcile your Christian Zionism that isn't actually your position with the Eastern Orthodox Church?
So according to Sam here, somebody who is Eastern Orthodox and who lives in Israel should not be patriotic and should actually be against the existence of the state that he lives in, which is very funny because I have met Eastern Orthodox people in Israel who are very, very much patriotic and who very, very much support their country and their government. So apparently, if you are Eastern Orthodox, you may not under any circumstances offer any support for the state of Israel. In fact, you may not even refer to the state of Israel as Israel. Because, of course, don't you know that according to Eastern Orthodoxy, the church is Israel. Therefore, the state of Israel does not exist. If you say state of Israel, then you are directly contradicting the teachings of the church. Sam, I mean, look, we know that you are good at reading and memorizing the Bible and the Quran, but you are completely retarded. You are completely retarded here, man. Because
Sam be like, I can't believe he called me retarded. How could one man do such a thing to another? No one under any circumstances should ever say such mean things to another person. And then someone else goes, but Sam, you say this stuff all the time. Shut up or I'll destroy you, you son of Satan.
What the Eastern Orthodox Church teaches is that Israel, when it appears in the Bible, when it appears in the New Testament, is in reference to the church. Israel is the people of God that the Christians, after acknowledging and believing in Christ, have been grafted into. Does it say anything at all about whether there can or cannot be a state of Israel? No. Does the Eastern Orthodox Church teach anything at all about whether you may or may not support the existence of the state of Israel? No. If you do claim it, then you are outright retarded. Okay? The church does not teach any such thing. If you do think that it teaches such a thing, then you are retarded. Please prove it to me. If you cannot prove it to me, then that means you are a Shia prostitute.
For anyone new here, if you don't understand, you will soon. Anyone who disagrees, it doesn't matter, Christian, Muslim, atheist, whoever, anyone who disagrees with Sam even slightly gets called a bastard and the son of a Shia prostitute practicing mutta. But more on that soon. Let's see. What's this? It seems I was right about Zionism being the cause of AP's downfall and leaving his family. My goodness, Sam's a prostitute. He figured it out. I was our Christian Zionism. So Zionism is the cause of your downfall and leaving your family, AP. You've got the links there. Apologetics Roadshow. Remember, he's blaming, he's going after the archive and going after me because of AP. Apologetics Roadshow is complicit in this for encouraging AP's satanic fascination with Zionism, doing shows with him, bashing anyone that spoke out against Israel, such as Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson, and even taking a trip with him to Israel.
They're not speaking about Israel. They're drawing conspiracy theories and selling conspiracy theories.
In AP's divorce for encouraging AP's satanic fascination with Zionism.
Sounds so loaned.
You want to say?
Now, here's the funny thing. He says it seems I was right about Zionism being the cause of AP's downfall and leaving his family. If you ask her if Zionism was the cause, she will tell you no. In fact, it did come up on X, and she explicitly said, "This is wrong. This is false. Things are not that simple." That's what she said. She clearly rejected the idea that this is about Zionism. She clearly rejected the idea that Zionism is the cause. Yet Sam Shamoun here makes the claim, the assertion, that I somehow left my wife because of Zionism, and then also further he claims that this is a confirmation of it.
Yep, he's got the proof.
And what he took here are actually tweets in which she spoke critically of Zionism, for example. That's it. That's what he used as proof. Not her saying that it was because of Zionism, but her being critical of Zionism. For example, he was like, "Look, this shows that
she criticized Zionism. She said you guys were right about Zionism or whatever. Therefore, that's the reason for AP running off to Israel and leaving the family."
I would. This is now my second challenge to Sam Shamoun. Sam, prove unequivocally that all of this was because of Zionism. Prove it. Don't talk around it. Don't make excuses.
Which he does.
Publish your proof. Absolute, undeniable proof. Supported through clear evidence, clear proof that this was because of Zionism. Undisputed. If you cannot do this, then you are a Shia prostitute.
And here we have, so now this is about me too. So will Apologetics Roadshow, that's me, do a session with AP condemning these Zionist leaders for raping girls, or continue attacking Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens? Virginia Giuffre beaten, raped by well-known prime minister in attack that broke Epstein's spell, her memoir reveals. So here you have a girl who was an Epstein victim, and since there were people involved who were Zionists, you see, it's about Zionism too. It's all not about people being
This is actually
perverts.
This is actually about a former Israeli prime minister, and this is very, very much known within Israel. In fact, Netanyahu is the #1 guy who is pointing this out and fighting that former prime minister. So Sam Shamoun here is actually very much in agreement with Benjamin Netanyahu. What does that tell you? It shows you. It tells you that Sam Shamoun is a pawn of Benjamin Netanyahu.
Yep. Sam Shamoun is a pawn of Bibi Netanyahu. You heard it here, folks. But yeah, just so anyone knows, we condemn anyone raping someone else. And so don't know why we need to do a show on that. Our position on that's pretty darn clear. Here's more about Zionists. Let's see. Here you posted, people really love gossiping about the private life of a man and his family when it has no relevance at all to his message in public. I didn't know I was one of the Kardashians. And then Sam's response, I just read this and I do not see anywhere here where he denies that he chose to leave his family. And he claims that he has done everything with the guidance of his spiritual priest. If his wife isn't...
David, look at this. He claims that he has done everything with the guidance of his spiritual priest. He then goes on and says, if his wife isn't lying and he did choose to leave his family, then is he implying his priest approved of it? What am I missing here? So he is reading
Apparently
this
he doesn't know how to read.
everything I did under the guidance of my spiritual priest with his approval. Now, can you click on my post of what I actually said?
Let's see.
Scroll down, David.
The one that he's quoting there.
This one.
Yeah. Further down. Every major decision I have made over the last year has been made with the complete awareness of and consultation with a priest whom I consider a spiritual father. Everything has been done through more consultation, prayer, and contemplation. Every decision has been made in line with what would be best for everyone.
You still hungry?
Involved. Did I, in this post, anywhere at all claim that this was under the guidance and approval of my priest?
Are you still hungry?
No, you said he's
he's still hungry.
You've consulted with him. Is that true?
Graham crackers?
Okay. Does he approve? Does he approve of all of your decisions?
No.
So how could anyone interpret this as with his approval? Everything is with his approval.
I mean, if you're watching right now and you're seeing this, and you're a Sam Shamoon fan at this point, you should, if you have a functioning brain, you should conclude that Sam Shamoon is simply a liar.
No, they should wait till later if they want to draw conclusions about Sam.
Yeah.
All right. So, anything else on this? Let's see. Hey, apostate. Here we go. Let's see. Read this and see how sad this is. May Christ bless this woman and her kids, and shame on Ridvan for choosing to end his marriage. He then runs off to his daddy Netanyahu, even though Sam's defending Netanyahu and supporting him at this time in their lives. Maybe Wood will rebuke him instead of enabling him. You guys catching this? Like, David, why are you responding? He's not going to stop, guys. He's just going to keep using everyone around me to attack me and the archive and anyone else who has abandoned him. Maybe Wood will rebuke him instead of enabling him. I'm enabling you, AP. I'm enabling you. And how was I enabling you? By doing shows with you about the war and stuff. As I demonstrated in my stream, there's no biblical basis to separate from your spouse unless it is for sexual marital infidelity. So unless one of them... What?
Did you ask me about that, Sam?
No, he did not.
Good.
I mean, I'm just assuming I would have heard about it if he had.
So he drew his own conclusions there and assumed that there are no such standards, no such grounds.
That's
I tell you that there are actually even biblical grounds here.
Interesting. So unless one of them defiled the marriage bed, apostate prophet needs to be rebuked, not praised and celebrated or platformed. Let's see if Apologetics Roadshow, it's about me, guys, will hold him accountable or justify his buddy's actions, showing his allegiance isn't to Christ, but to his clique. Also, Ridvan keeps using his spiritual father as a scapegoat. See, you're using your priest as a scapegoat. You're putting it all on him.
He's literally trying to put his own words into it instead of actually read what it's...
that I blame my spiritual father and that I say that my spiritual father approves of this. Where did I ever do such a thing?
You said you're consulting with him, which I interpreted as, hey guys, those of you who think I just do whatever I want, I actually consult my priest about these things. That's why I don't have to talk to everyone in the world about it. I talk to my priest about it. And that way I can talk about it, and things that don't need to be shared with the world don't actually get shared with the world.
I will say it very clearly. I did not always listen to my priests. I did consult with him. I did let him know about everything. And he said, this thing is bad. You should not do it. And I said, I'm sorry, Father.
And Sam says, also Ridvan keeps using his spiritual father as a scapegoat to justify his lust for Israel and his actions. So you also use your priest to justify your lust for Israel and your actions. Someone needs to find out who this priest is. So now he's threatening to expose your priest. To see if he does justify this and then rebuke him if he does. Now everyone has to go out and find your priest. Say, did you approve of this? Did you say, yes, AP, this is a good idea? And he will say, no, I did not say that. No, he would actually say, hey, that's private, man. I'm not divulging.
I can tell you, if you ask my priest about it, he said, I told Ridvan a few things and he listened to most, but did not listen to all of it. And I don't approve of it.
So why are you using him as a scapegoat for everything?
In fact, I spoke to my priest today. That's it.
You see,
And
he
he
talked
said-
to his priest today. He's saying his priest has approved of everything he's ever done, and that it's good as he worships Israel.
And what he said to me is, okay, it is very important, Ridwan, for everyone to think about the children and moving forth, do whatever you can to support and to help them. I do not like what happened. I do not like how things went about. I do not like what you did, but we will figure this out. And I love you no matter what. That's what my priest said.
All right. So here he says, I've heard that Apologetics Roadshow said he would address this scandal. So yeah, Sam, he instantly started, everyone, why isn't David Wood condemning him? And then, of course, all Sam's trolls come over while I'm live with someone else on random live stream. David, why aren't you condemning AP? And I said, well, I'm going to wait till AP's back, and then we'll check. We'll see. We'll talk about it.
Yep.
And so we did. And so here we are now. It's just interesting because we're going to see later that Sam says we're attacking him because we're jealous that he's going on the PBD podcast. That's why we started this.
Like, can't handle receiving any
I mean, he actually has followers that are so dumb. They're like, what? David, who just found out, like, what, a couple days ago that he's going on the PBD podcast, really started this big fight with Sam to try and stop him from becoming so famous? Who started this? Who? Oh, my goodness. Guys, this guy's nuts, man. I've heard that Apologetics Roadshow said he would address this scandal. Now let's see if he will actually call out and condemn AP or choose to personally attack me for calling him out. Because I said, hey, okay, if we're actually going to do this, then we need to apply the rule fairly. What's Sam's rule? Someone does something, you got to, it's got to be brought into the public, and there has to be an interrogation.
Yeah.
Now let's see if he will actually call out and condemn AP or choose to personally attack me for calling him out. I hope he focuses on his buddy and not divert attention away from this scandal by attacking me. Well, we can do both. Since folks living in glass houses should never cast stones. Sam saying that people living in glass houses should never cast stones.
Projecting.
No, and then he says, let's pray this doesn't become a soap opera.
Who's making it a soap opera? Yeah.
Who made it a soap opera? Why are we talking about this, Sam?
This guy
Why are we talking about this?
I've never seen a guy who was actually 100% responsible for all his problems and blamed everyone else for all of his problems. It's crazy. All right, here we have, I'm going to ask again. So what he's asked already. Who is this woman who is always with apostate prophet, and why is she with him? He isn't even divorced, and his wife came out and said in black and white that he left her, not that they agreed to separate. So don't believe these vile lies. Besides, even if they both decided to separate as a supposed Orthodox cathuman, how could he even think it? Guys, I know I'm mispronouncing it for new people. Anyway, we have a joke about cathumans. Anyway, how could he even think it acceptable that he could be seeing another woman or to be traveling around in a foreign country with this same woman who appears with him all over the place and in one instance holding hands? FYI, these were sent to me, so don't accuse me for digging these up.
Blame me, sue me.
Here's you with a girl. All right. Anything else you want to add? Because you kind of already talked about that.
So the only thing that he's right about here is that I'm actually walking around with another woman here and appearing with her, and that maybe I should, by normal standards, not be doing this, and maybe this is actually something to ask for to ask for forgiveness about, and to repent. That's it. If you're going to accuse me of wronging somebody here or anything like that, that is certainly not the case. If you asked the former spouse, she would already know about this and she would say, hey, I have no issue with this.
No, that was a...
So I'm going to say it. If there is one thing here
that's Ridwan, apostate prophet.
Anybody is right about, it is that I did indeed walk around, not with somebody from Israel, by the way. That is also a completely made up point by him and others. That I did walk around with somebody else that I have a lot of love for.
Making low crumbs.
That's it. After
it's okay.
being in long agreement, mutual
don't eat like a mouse.
That I am separated.
Yeah, don't eat like a mouse.
I have no commitments. If you think this is wrong, I acknowledge that this is wrong. If you think this is unforgivable, I don't know what to tell you.
All right, so Sam says, what's up, Doc? That's you. This was sent to me from Facebook. Is Netanyahu treating you well? And this is a message to all you fake, effeminate, spiritual scum who think you know Jesus and are being Christ-like. AP is out in public with a woman for all the world to see. If you stupid spiritual bastards weren't so biblically illiterate, you would know that this is not a private issue which you address privately, but a public issue that needs to be called out before the eyes of all. This is especially so when AP said he refuses to talk about his sin of separating from his wife. I mean, my goodness, you were on a trip in Israel. Obviously because he doesn't want to be accountable.
He wasn't streaming.
I have no desire nor any intention to share anything else with the public. Thanks, and may God have mercy.
No, thank you.
Changed your mind on that one pretty quick. And since he is funded by Christians, he is accountable to them to explain who this woman is and why she is with him and why did he separate from his wife without any biblical grounds. Try reading your Bibles instead of being illiterate tools of Satan.
So, once again, he's completely making that up, that there are no biblical grounds at all. I can clearly say that right here. I already have and already said that. Once again, this is nobody's business. Nobody's business at all.
As much as people want to talk about it
you're a public figure.
At this point.
No,
because
it is
thanks to Sam Shamoon.
Okay?
Being the
but I'm still
videos.
talking about it right here, right now. Since so many people wanted to make it their business. Since this guy wanted to come and lie not only about me, but also about other people involved. And yeah, there is one thing he references, which is where she said he left me. That was poorly worded. I also expressed that to her.
Your mouse.
She partly agree with it. Cheating, betraying, leaving, going behind her back, and all of that. None of that stuff happened. Okay? And I can admit, once again,
my straw.
whether you consider that
thought you knew how to drink
doable,
my straw.
acceptable or not. And I will say, do not take me as an example. I'm a sinner. I'm horrible. But I have gone with my feelings, with my heart, with my whatever it is. That I
think the
have
hospital's taking
been,
returns this week.
Interested in another person. And everybody involved knows about this. If I live in sin as a result of that.
My mom's getting better, it seems.
Judge me. Go ahead.
She's doing more, right?
If you think that somebody has been wronged or mistreated or unjustly treated as a result of that, that is outright wrong.
He says, now you can all return to your vomit, you sick Bible perverts. P.S. The bastard is there partying up with this woman while his faithful Orthodox soon-to-be ex-wife is with her boys, going to church and trying to keep strong through all this. The guy is
also
scum.
got your nails
Here's
done.
Stating that he left her. So don't let this lying bastard tell you otherwise.
Hey, Miss Gretchen.
Your face.
Yeah, don't follow me. Don't follow Sam Shamoon on how to live your life. Follow the Bible. Follow actual teachers and their teachings. Don't imitate me. Don't imitate Sam Shamoon.
He says, apostate prophet seems to have blocked me, so please inform him that seeing how bold he comes off in threatening to settle the scores. You threatening people? Because you're saying. So please inform him that seeing how bold he comes off in threatening to settle the score with those who lied to then make sure he doesn't do this in an echo chamber. I want to join him when he does, since I can ask him specific, pointed questions about leaving his wife and prancing around with an unknown woman all over Israel. So Sam wants to leave the interrogation.
Yeah, good luck with that. Very good faith inquirer.
Yeah. He'd be totally unbiased and totally reasonable and rational. And so here's where you said, walked through Jerusalem and went to the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. Nobody spit on me outside.
I'm getting under my shirt.
Cross on. You're pointing out that no one spit on you. And what is Sam? He says, but they did spit on this priest. You really have become an arrogant spiritual bastard who sold his soul to the Zionists.
Now, what is wrong here? I posted that I walked through Israel, that I walked through Jerusalem, and nobody spit on me. Did I say nobody spit on anybody else? No, I said nobody spit on me. Why does he have a problem with this?
Yeah, so
maybe some people did spit on others. I actually did talk to one person, believe it or not, who said to me that people did spit on me. So, and I'm going to publish that as well, by the way, in case you're wondering.
Well, don't get
so we've acknowledged, I mean, we're familiar with the video clips. What we've always objected to is the Groypers and other people like them. They post videos because there's one radical sect that spits in the direction of Christians and so on. They are
Orthodox.
generally not liked by other people in Israel.
Everybody else.
But they share this and they say, see, this is what Jews do. This is what happens to Christians in Israel. This is what Christians, this is what happens to Christians. And when we went over there, I was getting piles of messages every day going, oh, yeah, don't let them know you're a Christian. We know they're all going to spit on you. Hey, how are they spitting on you? Bet you're not wearing your cross because they'll spit on you, blah, 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 blah. And you know, AP, you've been there. No one is even slightly bothered by a Christian wearing a cross over there. So you're responding to the groypers who say, this is what Jews do. This is what will happen to you in Israel. And Sam flips out. So apparently Sam really has a problem, a serious problem. He demands that Jews be misrepresented, and he demands that we somehow think that all Jews just spit on you if you walk by them and you have a cross on.
I went up to Jews and asked them why they were spitting on me. That was my experience.
Got it.
Yeah.
Your mouth empty.
Welcome to Sam Shamoon Land. Let's see. Lesbiano.
I want to say, earlier, I didn't know how else to put it. I'm still learning. But do not take me as a role model. Do not take Sam Shamoon as a role model. You can take one person as a role model, and that is Jesus. Be more like Christ. Be more like God. If you want any, apparently I'm somebody to look to for moral advice or something. So here's what I'm going to tell you: be like God. Be like Christ.
It says, apostate prophet, you are only exposing yourself as a narcissist and a master at gaslighting and playing the victim card. This is the other thing, Sam. I've never seen anyone who projects as much as him. I'm completely serious. Anything Sam is doing, he accuses everyone else of doing constantly. Like constantly. So look, exposing yourself as a narcissist, Sam calling someone a narcissist, master of gaslighting, Sam calling other people master of gaslighting. They're only doing this because I'm about to go on PBD. That's why they started this war against me. Oh wow, I can't believe they started attacking you because you're going on PBD. Really?
He's going on Patrick, David.
People can see this going on for weeks, and he'll say, nope, it's because of this. Makes zero sense. Matter of fact, since this all started, before I had any clue he's going on PBD, his accusation would require time travel. Like I would have to travel back in time from the moment I heard he's going on PBD, and then go back in time and say we're going to be calling out everything. Weird, interesting stuff. So,
stop it.
But ask his fans, hey guys, do you believe that David time traveled after he heard that Sam's going on PBD and set up this live stream to hold everyone accountable to Sam's standard? They'll say yes, absolutely. You traveled through time. It's amazing. Your lies and martyrs complex will only work with your fanboys. Your lies and your martyrs complex.
Well, that was about a post that I deleted, which was that those closest to me betrayed me and people misrepresent me and all that. It was a very dramatic post, which I deleted because I was very, 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 very angry at that moment. Not only at people online, but also at people in my immediate surroundings. And later on, I cleared things up and decided to delete it. So.
You see, AP admits that he spoke in anger. You see? Come clean and tell us why you left your wife and who was that woman you were parading around in Israel? Whom you were parading around in Israel? He's making this about us too. How dare she bring on Norman Finkelstein, a son of Nazi survivors, to expose and condemn the genocide against Palestinians? Doesn't she know that this is an anti-Semitic Jew? Now where the hell is Dean Wood and AP to do another live stream calling out this liar?
The funny thing is that Norman Finkelstein is actually anti-Semitic.
I just find it interesting that he turns everything into something about us. That's what we're dealing with, guys. The drama is getting worse and worse since AP's wife has accepted the proposal of another man. What the hell is going on here?
Now, this is the part where I say I don't want to talk further about it because I don't want anybody attacking anyone else involved in this matter. But clearly, things are much more complicated than they initially looked. But Sam had no interest in waiting and finding out about the details. He just started judging, jumping to conclusions, making completely false claims and all that.
Monkey boy.
So that's all I want to say about that part.
Hey, look at this one. The policing over criticizing Israel begins in Texas. And he says that people are silencing. So cops go to the home of a Navy veteran to ask him about his social media posts criticizing Israel. Welcome to the United States of Israel, where your freedom of speech will be stripped away and you will eventually be thrown in jail. AP, wasn't this guy posting like we need to kill all Jews and crap like that?
Yes. You know what that was about? I can read you the posts. So this was this guy Adam, who lives in Texas, who was posting online, we have to kill them. We have to kill all the Jews.
What?
We have to rise up and put an end to them, and things like these. For that, these are not things that you can just say, okay? For that, the police went to his home to check on him and to say, are you all right, mate? Are you going to go out and attack people and kill people? What's going on here? And Sam is depicting that situation as he was just criticizing Israel.
Yeah. Jews control America, and all he was doing was questioning something Israel did, and now the police are going to attack him. This guy's posting kill Jews and this and that. Anyway.
What a disgusting, filthy liar. I mean, agree with it or disagree with it. Objectively speaking, Sam completely misrepresented the situation here. The guy said we have to kill all Jews. He made multiple posts about it. We have to kill them all. And Sam is just depicting this as, oh, he was just criticizing Israel. This clearly shows that Sam is a liar. And by his own standards, he is a spiritual bastard, son of Satan, son of a whore, and she a prostitute, and so on.
Here's more about him attacking Israel. You know what it really seems like? Because again, you pointed out just several months ago, he was like, hey, I can help you improve your arguments, about Israel and stuff like this. I can help you. And you won the debate and stuff like this. No, that's what it seems like. He's trying to cozy up with the Groypers. Like he understands, like he needs to go in some direction, and they're becoming popular, and he can kind of be like the Bible muscle for them. Seems like he's trying to warm up to them. Good luck with that, Sam. Now we have, it seems that Ridvan's wife may be a Jezebel after all, since she blocked. Oh, you see the reasoning for calling her a Jezebel? Since she blocked me. And it's once you reject him, once you reject him or abandon him, that's when he puts you into a category of being the most evil person in the world. Seems that Ridvan's wife may be a Jezebel after all, since she blocked me on Twitter for calling her out on starting an adulterous relationship with Iggy, a guy who left his wife of 17 years several days after learning that Ridvan had left her. To make matters worse, it seems Iggy deleted his Twitter account after being publicly rebuked. Yep.
Look at it. What does this sound like, man? This is like reporting about the Kardashians or something. But the thing is, he calls her a Jezebel. She repeatedly told him, or she told him before, and said, Sam, please stop. The situation is not that easy. It is more complicated. She asked him before this to just stop talking about this issue and sit down and not make judgments about it. He didn't listen. And at this point, he starts calling her a Jezebel as well.
And look at this. Oh, by the way, this is the other thing he does. He always does this. When he starts attacking someone, if there's a friend involved, if there's a friend who's not involved in the situation, but it's a friend who's involved just because, he's a friend of someone, he'll start praising that person if he doesn't want to tangle with that other person, right? So what's he do? He shares something by John McCrae. Not everything that feels spiritual is from God. Discernment isn't about vibes. It's about knowing God's word so well that we can distinguish truth from error based on that, not our feelings about a situation. And then Sam, of course, praises him. This is a good and faithful brother. May Christ preserve him. So Sam knows he's going to war with David. David is friends with John McCrae, so wants to make it clear to John McCrae, hey.
That's funny.
What?
Just half a year ago, he was telling people that I am a very, very good guy, that I am very godly, that he knows that I will come to faith in Christ, and that this will be
absolutely two-faced, and he's showing his other side towards
amazing, and I will do God's work, and I already do God's work. Now he calls me a spiritual bastard, the son of Satan. Just up to a few weeks ago, he was begging me to reconnect you and him, David. He kept doing that for the longest time. Ask him now In fact, we will see that. Ask him now. He will say that David is an absolutely unreliable, spiritual bastard and son of Satan who ruins everything, and anyone who associates with him just discredits himself. He was just begging me, and I'm pretty sure I have receipts about it.
He was begging my wife as well
weeks ago to please reconcile him with David Wood.
Yep.
What
And
emails
guys,
and receipts do you have?
I mean, this is
okay.
something that's going to come up when we're taking a look at Sam here very shortly. He decides, and we already saw it right there. Now I know she's a Jezebel because she blocked me.
Yeah.
It's you abandoning him.
You're being annoying.
That's what makes him decide whether you're good or bad or anything else. Whether he has to attack you or let you slide on everything. If you are completely undyingly loyal to him and you do not question anything, you can do no wrong. You're good with him. If you abandon him, it's basically the closer you were to him when you abandon him, the more obsessed and enraged he's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, it was just recently, I had blocked him on everything. But he contacted my wife and says, "Hey, let's go do this. We'll go work with PBD up in Dearborn." And I don't know what she responded. She normally says things significantly nicer than I say them. All I said was, yeah, that is something that is never going to happen.
Better not be like restringing us too.
She probably said she's busy or something like that. But Sam somehow got the message because for years he's been kind of trying to like woo me back. Hey, let's go do this. Let's go do that. Not interested in working with this guy. He is completely, utterly, totally toxic cult leader mentality. Cannot accept a word of criticism without flipping out. I do not want to be anywhere near this guy. And so rejected him. And then all of a sudden, David is everything he touches turns to garbage. Don't ever associate with him, blah, blah, blah. It's like 10 seconds ago, you were like obsessed with working with me. So he got the message that he's not winning me back. See, keep in mind, he's thinking that if some big opportunity comes along, something big comes along, then David will come back to me and we'll work together.
Uh-huh.
And I made it clear, it doesn't matter how big it is. Oh, PBD up in Dearborn, we're gonna be taking on all the Muslims there. No, not with you. Not with you. And so once that was clear, it's okay, I'm the supreme enemy. So he starts attacking me left and right. And then, hey, AP goes to Israel. Oh, perfect opportunity to use that to attack AP for being associated with David and to make this about David and the archive and so on.
Very true.
Got it? All right. So this is a long one. Let's see. It was brought to my attention that by folks at Apostate Prophet Apologetics Roadshow brought me up tonight and stated I was there in the stream and tried to come up to talk to them, but they chose to block me. Well, that's kind of hard seeing that I just got back teaching at a Catholic church for the past 2 hours. That was people saying, hey, bring Sam on and so on. For the past 2 hours on the biblical basis for intercession of saints in front of the priest and the congregation, I guess I now have the ability to bilocate or to teach in church, watch, blah, blah, blah. From what the folks were telling me, they plan to finally expose me this Sunday for the world to see, since I'm a stalker, you are, wife beater, that's true, and jealous over the fact that D Wood replaced me with Apostate Prophet. You are obviously obsessed with AP. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying that because you attack everyone I associate with, dude. I was told that D Wood will also expose the real reason why I became Catholic. No, I won't. I just said that you tend to make decisions based on people you're mad at. Like Israel, you're like, oh yeah, hey, I can help you. I can help you with your arguments. Oh, David Wood rejected me, and AP's not getting him on my side. Well, then I'm the most anti-Zionist person in the world, and I love Nick Fuentes now. You make decisions about your positions based on who you're mad at. So, is that why you chose Catholicism? I don't know. I'm just saying it's like that's what you've gone from position to position to position to position.
Yeah,
you're always mad at
he's
someone.
Definitely hopping,
anyway.
Whichever direction.
Let's see. I'm glad they finally decided to expose me and the motivations of my heart, since, as I said, I have the receipts ready. Once I am back from Florida, Lord willing, I may even do it there in Florida after my interview with PBD, Lord willing. Now, don't forget, I am the same guy that they were doing shows with for all these years until D Wood broke off ties with me for calling him out on his pathetic exchanges with Uthman in San Diego. Really? Like, I don't, like, Sam, do you think that's what this is about? Seriously? because you should know what this is about, dude. Anyway, but we'll get to that in a minute. But hey, he can always claim he was a hypocrite for still teaming with me, doing the Islamicized series with me, and for going on record saying I'm the best apologist against Islam of all time and one of the best Bible teachers on the planet. I go further than that. I've been saying for years, if Sam Shamoun could control his temper and actually get mental health treatment for his problems, I believe he could take out and destroy Islam single-handedly, and we could all just sit and watch and cheer. That's what I've said for years. That's his ability. But he takes that as like some great compliment, like, oh, see, they're saying I'm the best. We're saying, dude, you've been given all the ability in the world, and you use it to harass and stalk and attack people most of the time, and to abuse people. It's not a compliment, dude. Yeah when it comes to like knowledge of the Bible and the Quran as it relates to interacting on Islam, you're the best, dude. But you are a tiny fraction of what you could be, because you absolutely refuse to change. You attack everyone else. Anyway, not too bad for a stalker, wife beater, and fake Christian. Yeah, guess what? You can be a stalker, a wife beater, fake Christian. I don't know. I think people. I think people can be extremely messed up and still be Christian. To be fair, my wife does not believe that. My wife has known Sam almost as long as I have. Doesn't even believe that he's a Christian. No. She can't believe that someone has this behavior and constantly gets worse and is an actual Christian. It really seems that I'm more of a prophet than Muhammad, since I already predicted that this is the route they would take after calling them out. Well, I mean, I said it. I said, hey, if we're gonna go by Sam's standard with AP, then of course we'll apply that to everyone involved in this conversation. And so, yeah, I guess he's a prophet for listening to me. Take after calling them and out, seeing they cannot refute me biblically, exegetically, and or historically. By the way, I'm still friends with all the Christians from Chicago till this day who are witnesses to what I thought. All those Assyrian dudes. I've never seen such yes men in my entire life. Anyway, so much for D Wood's claim that none of them are my friends anymore. No, that's not what I said. That's not what I said, dude. I said this dude is incapable of having real friends, because real friends will call you out when you're wrong, and he flips out. And then we'll drive them away. The only connections he has to other people are like on the level of like servants, minions. Like you have to mindlessly agree with him. Then he'll treat you like his friend. And I'm pointing out that it's not real friends. Everyone who is his actual real friend
them the entire time. I've seen that on his streams. That's why I stopped watching him.
The only people he can maintain and still call friends are people that they're just yes men. Matter of fact, I mean, I told him this like probably almost 20 years ago. I said, dude, you freak out whenever anyone criticizes you, and all you do is point to someone who agrees with you. And it's like, I said to him, I said, if you keep going that route, you're going to end up surrounded by yes men, behaving horribly, and having driven away everyone who is a legitimate friend to you.
It's time to relax.
Look at his channel today. Tell me I'm wrong. It's almost 20 years ago I told him that.
Hey, David, I sent you a quick text message on your phone. Please check it out quickly and get back to me.
Don't tell me what to do. You're not my boss.
I said, please, man.
Yes, but quit bringing people into it.
Okay, good. Continue.
Yeah. Well, by last name. Whoops. My stuff go.
His Woods.
Back up.
David's Woods.
So Sam's still good friends with his Assyrian buddies who worship him. So much for D Wood's claim that none of them are my friends anymore. Wasn't talking about those dudes. What he really meant to say is that he and his cult followers aren't my buddies anymore. That's true. We're not your buddies anymore. Now, hopefully AP will address why he left his wife, what biblical grounds he had for doing so, and whether the woman he was seen with was his guide or something else. Like I said, I'll wait till after their expose to bring emails and other receipts to the table. Do your worst, dude. Do your worst. Is there anything left? Still on Netanyahu. Isn't it ironic that Netanyahu's pawns have become no better than Muslims, since in this clip you will see their anger and disgust at their Muslim brothers mocking me for what my ex-wife did, even though the Turkish cow, that's you, apostate prophet, is now employing their same tactics. Like I said, I have the receipts and the people who were there ready to go live sometime after these two Zionist dogs manifest on Sunday. Be ready for it by God's grace. I have to say, I don't even understand what this is about. Let's see. Is this still going on? Deum, Gina, I got the whole crew coming out this Sunday. Hey, brothers, I hope you're doing well. I just want to encourage you to brace yourselves via prayer and fasting for the attack coming Sunday. I think D Wood has a show coming up where he invites everyone whom you have had beef with to come on a live show and air their grievances. D Wood, AP, IP, Anthony Rogers, Jay Dyer, The Archive, etc. So that's Sam predicting what I'm doing. So I have this big show today, right now, with AP, IP, Anthony Rogers, Jay Dyer, The Archive, and so on. So I'm bringing them all out, ladies and gentlemen. So I guess they're coming out sometime during the show. To be honest, I think it could get rough. Also, they plan to bring up how your posts on YouTube seem to indicate that Charlie Kirk was taken out by Israel. I think the idea is to put forth a complete attack on your character. Is someone else saying this? Because it sounds like third person. Maybe someone posted this. Oh, okay. Looks like he posted what someone else said. Also, they plan to bring up how your posts on YouTube seem to indicate that Charlie Kirk was taken out by Israel. I think the idea is to put forth a complete attack on your character and credibility and to pull as many people away from your platform as possible. Actually, I'm just going to tell the truth about Sam, that I've always just kept to myself, but now that he's demanding that this stuff needs to be exposed, fine. D-Wood actually seemed excited about this upcoming Sunday, like a kid waiting for Christmas Day. Yes, I love going to war with Sam Shamoon. It's like Christmas. I don't want to just ignore him and live my life. Ironically, they just confirmed what I said about D-Wood being the ringleader who surrounds himself with yes men. Can we say cult leader, boys and girls?
And projecting
what I say
again.
about projection? I just said it, right?
Wow, man.
Did you catch this?
Zero self-awareness. Seriously, man.
Yeah, so this is me being a cult leader. I've got this big show, and I'm bringing on everyone that Sam has ever upset. That's what I'm doing right now. What did I say, guys? I said it's going to be me, AP.
I just want to say very briefly, Sam, I know you're losing it right now. People are talking about it.
You haven't seen him losing it yet.
You're losing your mind right now. Keep losing it. It's going to get worse for you, Sam.
It's going to definitely get worse for him. Oh, hey, look what he does here. This is the other thing he does. So you saw when he's like, hey, just so you know, I'm sharing a message by John McCrae. So John McCrae, don't be mad at me that I'm attacking everyone you're friends with. Says, brethren, Lord willing, I'm off to Florida for 2 weeks where I will be with PBD next week. So please pray for my daughters and I for the risen Lord's protection over us, granting us perfect safety, security, and health. Pray that we be holy and worship the Lord Jesus, and pray the risen Lord heal me of all my issues so that Christ increases me and I disappear.
Yeah,
pray I maintain discipline
they're not allowing that.
there to get healthier, connect with brothers, and serve our risen King. And also pray that the risen Lord will make a way for me. Here you go. Here it is. And also pray that the risen Lord will make a way for me to mention some of the apologists when I am being interviewed by PBD so that they will get noticed in order to be used by our God and Savior Jesus Christ. Lord willing, I will see you on my live streams sometime this weekend. Guys, you know, if you're a psychopath, you learn manipulation tactics as you're going through life. If you become a Christian, you decide to stop using those manipulation tactics, but you can still spot when other people are using them. So what is this? Pray that the risen Lord will make a way for me to mention some of the apologists when I am being interviewed by PBD so they will get noticed. What's he saying?
Soften
hey
up
guys,
on me.
I just started a war.
If you don't
stay
attack
on
me.
my side, and I'll mention you on PBD.
Yeah. Well,
if you're on my side, I'll mention you on PBD, and more people will recognize you, and your channel will blow up because I said I mentioned you on PBD. So join me right now and attack AP and D-Wood. Good luck.
By the way, you know what when he first found out that he was going to be invited on PBD, the first thing he did,
even
was
when I watched him, I was questioning like how he handled people.
Please tell David,
even Muslims, he handled horribly when they weren't like being angry or aggressive or anything. They were just asking questions.
That whoever associates with David
Wood
is a loser and is bound to fail because David Wood is a spiritual Satan and bastard who corrupts everything. The first thing that he did when he found out about PBD was to invite David to be with him.
Yep, and I wasn't interested, and so we're at war, but now war is not just against me. It's he's going to go after me and anyone who is at all connected with me. Super mature. Yeah, nothing insane.
As mature as you can be.
Folks sent me emails about one of D-Wood's cult members, Thaddeus, of Reasoned Answers, doing a review of the court documents about my divorce proceedings, which is nothing new since his Muslim brothers have been using these documents for years to discredit me. It's amazing how they all exhibit the same spirit. And
you mean the ones where your wife had to ask for a restraining order because you were harassing
those ones.
And stalking and physically abusing her? You mean those documents?
Everyone would have to check Thaddeus's channel, Reasoned Answers, for that. And to tell you how original these cult followers are, they take what I say about them and level it against me. I'm on record calling D. Wood the Muhammad Hijab of Christianity. Great. And I was told that, like Ali Drama, his dog Thaddeus then takes that slur and levels it against me. Man, these guys are just as original as Muhammad the ear, lol. Feel free to go there. So basically, Muhammad Hijab gets exposed for being a pretty creepy dude. And I'm guessing that's why Thaddeus is saying that Sam is the Muhammad Hijab. Whatever he said, what did he say? He's the Muhammad Hijab of Christianity or something. Yeah, I see the parallel. I don't know what the parallel would be with me and hijab, though. Feel free to go there and listen to what he has to say. And if there are any questions you may have, then feel free to ask me in my next stream. Yeah, you get blocked. By the way, notice the timing of here you go. By the way, notice the timing of these attacks. It all comes right before the PBD show. Satan, their father, is really trying his best to attack and prevent this from happening.
Yeah.
Except Sam started it and we scheduled it. we said, and I said, look, when you get back, we'll do a couple regular shows, and then we'll let people know that we are planning an upcoming show to let Sam freak out for several days, and then we'll go live on Sunday. We find out, like, I don't even know when, a couple days ago or something like that, Sam's going on PBD, and he's telling his followers. And what's amazing is they don't care, right? It reminds me of like Dawa fans. You can expose the Dawa guy as a liar. The Dawa fans never, ever, ever care. I'm not talking about Muslims. There are Muslims who would care that you lied to them. The Dawa fans, it's just acceptable to them if their Dawa hero is a complete liar. Sam, he can say, oh, they're Christian Zionists. And we can say, no, we're not. His fans will not care even slightly. Sam can say, the reason they're doing this, the reason they're attacking me is because I'm going on PBD. That's the reason. Satan, their father. So our father is Satan, guys. Why? Because we're responding to Sam Shamoon. That's how he decides whether you follow Satan or whether you follow God. It's whether you follow him. If you follow Sam Shamoon, you're following God. If you reject Sam Shamoon because of his awful behavior, you are a son of Satan. And so he can sit here and tell his followers that we plotted this. We found out he's going on PBD and we're like, we have to stop him from going on PBD. Dude, you think I care that you're going on PBD? Seriously?
Yeah, nobody cares.
I don't think it works out well for PBD, but I'm not contacting PBD. I'm not trying to get PBD's attention. I couldn't conceivably care less, except you keep bringing it up. But here's how it's going to go for PBD. You're going on PBD. You've ticked off so many people over your life that those people are going to be there asking PBD, why are you bringing this guy on? All I did was ask him a question one day, and he started calling my mother a whore. And I'm guessing the chat or comments or whatever, I don't know exactly what it's going to be. I don't know if it's going to be live or what. Chat's going to be full of that. The comments are going to be full of that because that's how you treat people. And you've made so many enemies with your behavior over the years that it's going to come out. So it's just a situation. We don't need to stop you from going on PBD. Everything you do is going to lead to you more and more being exposed because of your actions, because of your decisions, because of your abuse of all the people around you. That's life. And what's amazing is you just blame all of us. You blame all of us for your problems that you cause. 100% of your problems are caused by you, and you can't stop attacking all of us for the problems that you cause. And right now, you're worried, oh no, what if PBD hears all this stuff? Why is anyone talking about you right now? Why? Why are we having this conversation? Why are we having this live stream? Guess what? I would have talked to AP. I would have told him, hey, you need to address some of the issues.
Quiet, please.
There are concerns.
Put the baby down.
So that would have happened one way or another. But why are we talking about you? Because of you. Because of you. You are demanding, hey, I heard something about AP. He's away. Attack and condemn him, or you're a hypocrite. Okay. Well, we'll hold you to that standard too, right? Then we'll hold me to that standard. But we've talked to AP. AP, any final thoughts before we turn our attention to Sam Shamoon here?
No, I mean I've acknowledged that that I have been I make mistakes. I am making mistakes as we speak. I go about doing things not the right way. I pray every day. I ask for forgiveness. I hope that things are turn out okay and right in the end. And once again, do not follow me and do not follow Sam Shamoon as moral guides. The only person that you should imitate is Jesus, not me, nor Sam Skamoon. And now let's get to it.
All right, guys. So AP has been exposed. You've heard from him. Just for everyone who's saying, David, condemn him right now. AP has said he believes that given things that have happened, he is justified, even biblically, with a divorce. I'm not interested in what those reasons are because I don't believe he needs to share them with me, even though he's told me some things. I do not need details. If he's talked about this and he's talked to Jenna and he's talked to his priest, if he says, hey, there were things that are going on, this is a really, really weird situation, and there were things that happened, and I don't want to talk about all those things, but I believe this course of action is justified. The main thing that concerned me, that I thought was a serious, legitimate problem, was that everyone was saying he was abandoning his kids. He's abandoning his kids, was just going to abandon his kids. And I was like, okay, even if something isn't working out with a wife, and you're getting that's really bad. That's really bad. And so.
And he pulled that out completely. He pulled that completely out of his behind, and he spread it to people, and people believed it. And that is where things got a little bit uncomfortable. He completely made it up. Nobody even made such a claim. Nobody said I left my kids or anything like that. Nobody in my immediate surroundings, not the wife, nobody made such a claim. Sam made that claim, and I even messaged him and said, "Why are you lying? She didn't even make such a claim. Why are you making this up?" And then he started deflecting, like, "Oh, are you saying she's lying when she says he left me?" Dude, she said left me, which was poorly worded once again. It was a mutually agreed separation. Whoever made the claim that I abandoned my children? Nobody did. It is Sam Shamoon creating such a lie and propagating it to people. And once again, by his own standards, you will hear in a minute, what he is by his own standards when he lies.
And it's actually an important principle.
And by the way, I think we should go through this in detail as well.
What?
But according to court documents, you know who is actually the one who abandoned and denied funds for his own children? Sam Shamoon.
Yep.
According to court documents, he repeatedly violated and refused to pay money that he owed according to the courts in order to take care of his own children. I would not talk about this, but since you want to talk about it, Sam, court documents say this is what you did.
Yep.
And for the record there,
I believe it.
People are saying slow the chat down because they can't see. I think I already had slow mode on. I will increase it a little bit, although that always enrages people even more. But yeah, pretty much everyone who's known Sam for years and was around him to know the situation with his wife and kids, pretty much everyone had the exact same reaction when he was flipping out saying you were abandoning your kids. Everyone, like possibly every person who brought this up to me went, isn't that exactly what Sam did? Didn't he abandon his kids? So guys, he was getting his wife decided to divorce him. And then he moved to a different state. Guess what? You weren't divorcing your kids. And so he moved to a different state. And so I don't know. I don't know what you'd say about abandoning your kids to someone else who's not abandoning his kids, especially. But anyway, as far as AP, because everyone, no, you have to condemn him. Guess what? I think there's some definite problems here. I think there's some definite problems here. Here's sort of the general principle, guys. Now, some people, it says don't judge, so don't judge anyone. Nah, you got to read what it says. Judging others. Do not judge so that you will not be judged. Here's what it's talking about. For in the way you judge, you will be judged. This is talking about hypocritical judgment. This is talking about condemning someone else while
which is exactly what Sam Shimoon is doing.
For in the way you judge, you will be judged. And by your standard of measure, it will be measured to you. Why do you look at the speck that is in your brother's eye, but do not notice the log that is in your own eye? Or how can you say to your brother, let me take the speck out of your eye, and behold, the log is in your own eye? You hypocrite, first take the log out of your own eye, and then you will see clearly to take the speck out of your brother's eye. Anytime there's an accusation against someone, hey, AP is getting a divorce because, they had a messed up situation, they decided to split, David, condemn him. I'm thinking, if I start tossing around condemnations of, you guys have any clue what I've done in my life? Anyway, what's amazing is this passage right here. Look at the next part. Do not give what is holy to dogs, and do not throw your pearls before swine, or they will trample them under their feet and turn and tear you to pieces. The only takeaway for Sam Shimoon in this passage is, look, he said dogs and swine, so I can call people dogs and swine and whores and sluts all day long, you see, because Jesus used words. That's the takeaway for Sam Shimoon in this passage. But yeah, guys, so I am not quick to condemn. Wasn't quick to condemn Sam. You guys haven't heard me say much over the years. You've heard me say practically nothing. So even when I am, even if I am going to condemn someone, it's not just going to be, I heard something and now I'm going to blast. No, at the very least, I'm going to think about things for a long time. And if I don't know the details and don't particularly think that the details are things that need to be shared to me, I don't know. I'm quite comfortable letting other people
You're back on the Moki Buddy.
With their own issues. But notice that principle. With the measure you use, it will be measured to you. So if you're pointing a finger around, you're pointing out, look at you, look at what you've done, look at what you've done. That's what Jesus was condemning there. Hypocritical judgment, acting like you're morally superior to other people when you're not. And I can tell you one person who definitely isn't morally superior to pretty much anyone on the planet that I've ever met in my entire life. So, all right, guys, ready to talk about Sam? So, just to recap for everyone who's flipping out, you still have people, why are you doing this? Why are you causing this drama? Did you guys see those messages? He will be attacking everyone I'm connected with for the rest of my life.
Because he's obsessed with
when he was attacking me, what did I say? I didn't say anything. But now he's attacking everyone around me. Okay, this is a different story. You have no business attacking anyone, Sam. You have no business attacking anyone. So I'm going to go ahead and give the background. Matter of fact, let's just go ahead and start out with a video clip, because we're going to talk here in a few minutes about Sam is saying that because he criticized me, that's why I abandoned him. No, it was kind of an issue when Sam decided to go off on his own. Mm-hmm. Right, so we've always known Sam had issues, but we actually thought, hey, if we work with him and we kind of, he's associated with friends, he can kind of keep that under control. And he did for the most part. If you watch, Jesus or Muhammad, he's able to control this stuff. If you look at him when he goes on someone else's channel, he's able to control stuff. When he's by himself, he chooses not to. He just lets everything hang out there, and the horrible abuse comes out left and right. But let's go ahead and check out kind of an overview. We'll be going into more clips and so on. But
assuming was
here's the general idea, because lots of people don't watch his live streams and they have no idea how he talks to people. This is how he talks to anyone he disagrees with. Doesn't matter if you're a Christian, doesn't matter if you're a Muslim, doesn't matter if you're an atheist. This is how he talks to you if he disagrees with you. Mm-hmm. Let's go ahead and check out some stuff.
So whoever complained, let me say, you're a pig, you're an animal, you're a beast, you're a dirty dog, and you're good for nothing to be destroyed and sent to hell. Wallahi, Khalid Habib,
wait.
goal is...
What? Are we playing the whole thing now? 6 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. Good. Everybody watch.
That was rudely interrupting.
Right. So whoever complained, let me say, you're a pig, You're an animal, you're a beast, you're a dirty dog, and you're good for nothing to be destroyed and sent to hell. Wallahi, Khalid Habib, my goal is to get your mother and piss on her and get the Shia to rape that whore and then also sodomize you, you filthy dog.
So what's your background, Augustine, besides your mother being a dirty?
Those first two clips were a little were from a few years ago. I brought those up specifically because they were stuff I was thinking about back then. And the other clips are recent live streams, lots of them talking about us and so on. So just wanted to be
You know, so in that clip, he says that he wants to what?
piss on someone's mother
Piss on someone's
and
mother
help
make
help
that
Shias, and sodomize. Yeah,
rape and sodomize her.
let's check it out again. I think because here's the thing. I found this clip. There was a particular clip where I was like, I can't act like I'm cool with this guy anymore. Like I can't condemn Mohammed Hijab for talking about people's wives and then be fine with this, which is way worse. Way worse. What he's saying here. Way worse
I agree.
than anything I've
100%
heard from
agree.
Mohammed Hijab.
What's the context, David? What's the context?
Oh yeah, no. So I guarantee someone was saying something super nasty to him, insulting him or his family or something like that. This was years ago, but now he's worse. Now, like the slightest disagreement, he flips out. But it was like, how can I be associated with this? How can I be the guy who does live streams with him ever again?
We have called out Ali Dawa and Mohammed Hijab for saying some really messed up things. I have never heard any of them say something as horrible, as absolutely horrible and messed up as what I just heard from Sam Shimon.
Yep. So again, guys, I don't recall what the context was. So let's just take for granted someone said something really horrible and messed up to him, and then he responds with this.
To be destroyed and sent to hell. Wallahi, Khalid Habib, my goal is to get your mother and piss on her and get the Shia to rape that whore and then also sodomize you, you filthy dog.
So
again, I found that. I found the clip. I don't remember if it was that exact one because he repeats the same things over and over again. He'll say all these things in various contexts and so on. So I remember if it was that exact one or if it was another one, but it was something like that. It was something like that. And it was just like, I was seriously thinking how is he still on YouTube? Like he's talking about help, like wanting to piss on someone's mom and help Shia's rape her. And so it's like, how? Anyway, but let's check it out. Let's go ahead through.
what's your background, Augustine, besides your mother being a dirty whore? Shut your pie hole before I get your mother to mount your uncle again. Stupid little bastard. He's manifesting like his mother when the Shia mount her. Yeah, I think Redvan is confusing with his father. He used to beat the stan out of his mother after his father used to mount him.
Did you catch that? That's him talking about AP.
Right. So here, Sam Shimon is talking about me, right? He's talking about me. This is just very recent. This is not old. You can tell this is very recent, within the last week in response to me calling him out for his horrible behavior and for saying that we know that he's a wife beater. In response to that, did you hear what Sam just said? For those who don't catch it, what Sam just said is that my father apparently would beat my mother and would then rape me. That is what Sam just described here. So my father would beat my mother. He's talking about me here, me, would beat my mother and then sexually molest and rape me. That's what Sam is saying here. Now, how in the world does anybody consider this normal or acceptable?
Well, you the official reason is you went off to Israel and chose Israel over your wife and kids, and so anything he says against you is acceptable. That's the official reason that he would give. The actual reason is, in his mind, I left him and chose you to do live streams with, and so and then finally made it clear that I'm never, ever doing anything with him again, no matter how cool the opportunity seems to him. I don't want to be associated with him. He finally found that out, and it's war. So guys, keep in mind, it's not just, hey, AP did this. It's, you see, AP, he got banged by his dad.
Now
Got
look
that?
at this. You could talk about he could talk about me doing wrong things, right? That's one issue. What he does is, on top of it, he goes and fantasizes about a world where my father beats my mother and then rapes me. That's what he does.
Mhm.
What kind of a sick bastard is this man?
It's pretty weird.
In environments that he's very much familiar with, he would probably lose his life for saying this kind of stuff. He would get killed for saying this kind of stuff. And I feel bad for his children. I wonder what he has going through his mind doing to them. I don't know.
Thinks he's smart. Let me
Oh,
tell
wait,
you
wait, this is about me.
what
This
a
is about me. Here we go.
dastard his father used to mount him. David Wood thinks he's smart. Let me tell you what a dastardly Satan this
He said dastardly.
spiritual bastard is. You stupid, dumb little bastard. No disrespect to bastards. Maybe AP,
I think he's
that
talking about
effeminate
someone else
Turkish
here.
fag, will come and lay hands on you.
Oh, he
The
just called you
stupid
a-
fat cow.
he called you a
No,
Turkish
you
fag.
Stupid, dumb little bastard. No disrespect to bastards. Maybe AP, that effeminate Turkish fag, will come and lay hands on you. The stupid fat cow. No, it was by your mother being a Shia prostitute in Iran. Shut the hell up, you stupid bastard. You stupid dumbass. Let me tell you why, David, you're a stupid fat bastard. You're too much of a narcissistic, sociopathic scum, tool of Satan, to humble yourself and seek reconciliation. No, you stupid.
Do you see that? I refuse to reconcile with
Forward.
him. This is how he talks to people. I don't want to be associated with it.
point.
And since I refuse to
Forward.
reconcile, that's proof that I'm a narcissist. Guys, everyone, just so you know, here's how Sam. He's the center of the universe. Everyone needs to be revolving around him.
Mhm.
If you refuse to revolve around him and you say, I'm not revolving around this guy, and you go off, it's because you're a narcissist that you refuse to know your place in the universe. You're the one who's evil. Gotta love this guy.
Bastards. You fake bastards, sons of Satan that think you're Christian and pious, that condemn me. So come on up, you little prostitute, you whore of Satan. You're a slut of Satan. You dumb, stupid, satanic bastard. You scum. Okay, you son of a whore. You son of a whore. But the dumb, demonic bastard manifest. Now get the hell out of here. That Jake, that fat cow bastard, and his cow boyfriend, Orthodox lesbian, what the fudge is going on? She are mounting your whore mother. Because you're a whore
You know
like your
what's so
mother.
funny?
And they fudge you and her. You
So funny.
filth.
After saying all of these things, he actually censors the F word. It's like,
Yep.
really,
Fudge.
really, bro, really?
Like a Christmas story.
Yeah.
You never saw
F-word
that
is a
before your time. There's
best.
a movie called The Christmas Story, where he's narrating the story and of him as a little kid, and he goes, and you see the kid go, "Oh, fudge!" But then the narrator goes, "But that's not what I really said. I said the real McCoy." That's Sam.
You bastard whore. Prostitute that you are. Your uncle's mounting you right now, you filthy lowlife. Stupid bastard, huh? What are you going to do now, you satanic bastard? You know, I'm David Wood, and you got to follow my script. Yeah, you stupid bastard. No, you're a whore like your mother. You're a whore like your mother, brother. Go find who your father is, because it took 20 Shia to birth you. The Bible calls out whores and your mothers for being whores. You're a whore, brother. You're a whore.
Pause.
You're a bastard.
Pause.
You're a coward.
Pause. Can everybody see that this is where it gets really problematic? Like up until now, all of this was just absolutely horrible and unacceptable behavior. Now here you have an example of where this gets really problematic. He uses the Bible. He appeals to the Bible to justify his behavior, to support his behavior, to support calling people whores. He directly uses the Bible. He appeals to it, and it's going to get worse. He's going to do that further in even more disgusting ways. He uses the Bible directly to justify calling people whores and children of whores and so on.
And we will see in a different clip. I don't think I included it here because someone sent me a collection of clips, and then I chopped down one like 6-minute supercut of that. But I have the others, and there's one where he starts just quote everything he's calling it. He'll like quote the Bible to justify calling them that. He has all the references, right? But yeah, you're right. This is someone who uses the Bible as a weapon and as a justification for him behaving terribly. And so he'll say, look, it says right here, whore of Babylon, so I could call your mother a whore. I call your mother a whore and say your mother the whore who does muta with Shias and stuff because it says whore.
Man. That's what Muslims do. That's what Muhammad Hijab does. He says we can call the enemies of Islam, we can insult them and use the private parts because there is precedent to that. The Prophet also did here and so and so and so. This is what Muslims do. Sam Shamoun is like a Muslim.
He is absolutely like and also notice it's the same mentality as the Muslims, like, we'll do whatever we want and we'll condemn you and you better not expose us or else. If you do, we'll destroy you. That's what he says to everyone, right? He'll do all the most messed up stuff, and if you even hey dude, this is actually bad what you're doing right now. Shut up! I'll destroy you. Blah 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 blah. Same. It's the same. This guy would be like perfect in dawah. I mean, he'd be the greatest dawah-gandist of all time. It wouldn't matter what this guy became. He could become a Mormon. He would be the ultimate defender of Mormonism. He could join any sect of Christianity or any cult, and he would be the ultimate defender of that position, except for his personal problems and so on. If he became a Muslim, he would be the ultimate dawah-gandist ever. The only difference is his behavior would be completely acceptable.
If he ever becomes a Muslim, I'm pretty sure that he's going to become a Shia Muslim.
Oh, yeah.
Just for
for the muta that he's so obsessed with, he brings it up every 5 seconds.
Obsessed with it, man. He's going to become a Shia Muslim. Just
Right,
to do.
let's see.
I'd spit on you, but my spit is better than you. Because Mango, they're all whores, sons of whores. Because your whore mother likes bald heads to rub her bald ass, because you're a whore like your mother. And you like your bald uncle because he mounts you because you're a whore like your mother. So your mother doesn't complain about bald asses rubbing her
Taken down.
bald face and bald heads rubbing her bald ass, you prostitute. Bring your mother out of the darkness of being a whore like your grandmother, and stop letting your uncle molest you and mount you because you're a whore. Are you his whore?
Is this Christian apologetics?
This
is Christian apologetics?
This is powerful
is this
apologetics.
what Christian apologetics is supposed to look like? Is this Christian apologetics? Seriously, man. He justifies this with the Bible. Does he think like I don't know, does he imagine like Jesus in his presence be like, oh yeah, continue, wonderful. This is perfect.
Yeah, think about it. That's how he justifies it to his fans, right? Again, Sam, this guy disagreed with you for 1 second, asked a question. Why are you calling his mother a whore and saying that his mom was what? Look, it says right here, whore of Babylon, you see? So I'm allowed to do that. So he takes the fact that the word is used in some context in the Bible as justification for him using it to attack people's mothers for the crime of disagreeing with him. Guys, almost all this guy's problems are like abandonment issues. If you leave him because of his behavior, he's obsessed with you for the rest of his life. If you disagree with him, that's abandonment, right? That's a kind of abandonment. You're rejecting me, and he has to declare war on you and so on. And only when you completely revolve around him, then you're okay with him.
And pay attention how he doesn't just use it as an insult against people's mothers. Here he just he goes much further, and he says, look, the Bible calls people whores for a certain thing in a context, in a meaning. Therefore, I can now call somebody who disagreed with me and their mother a whore and describe very explicit, very sexual acts and body parts, just because the Bible says that some people are whores or prostitutes. Is this biblical?
Mm-hmm. It's powerful.
It's whore. Because I think Lesbiano mounts your mother and sleeps with her. The same Muslims that fudge your mother? I didn't know that. Can you go to that faggot and tell him come on my stream? Hey, faggot, I know he mounts you and your mother. Here's the link. Orthodox faggot. Come on, faggot. Come on, fag boy. Only Orthodox Lesbiano, your mother's gay lover. Did they invite your mother too? Because I heard she's a whore, and they like to mount her and defile her because you're a bastard, you little effeminate faggot, you little whore.
I have to say something. I've had very limited interactions with the Orthodox Muslim. From my experiences, the Orthodox Muslim seems to be a more decent person than Sam Shamoun here, and I rarely say that about Muslim.
They all are. The possible exception of like Daniel Hakikachu because of like the obsession with child marriage, that as far as I know,
Daniel Hakikachu is definitely worse than Sam Shamoun. That goes too far. But I would say that these regular apologists or regular Dawa guys are probably more decent people than whatever this thing is.
You son of Satan, you spiritual whore. Shut up, you stinking bastards. You're a drunken bastard. Ken, stop being a whore like your mother, dude. Your mother has already repented for being a whore. Why do you continue being a whore? you stupid bastard. I said that you are a whore and your mother's a whore. Hey, we got a whore, a Shia whore, whose mother's a Shia prostitute. Don't hide like your whore mother. Bring Orthodox lesbian, your faggot lover, and fairy queen, faggot stone kisser, join me, because you guys are faggots. You're not men. Keep barking like your Shia prostitute mothers when they get mounted to do muta. Teaching is why your mother needs to repent of being a Shia whore, because his mother is the bastard prostitute of the Zoot people. There are no greater whores mounted by the Zoot than him and his mother.
Sam,
No, he's talking about the Zoot.
we invented Zoot jokes. You don't get to steal that. You don't get to steal it. Especially you don't know, right? We use it to make fun of Muhammad. You use it to say that people's moms are, anyway.
Yeah, because he laughs when he sees the Zoot stuffing his mother and him with their genitalia. Yeah, and they mounted your mother because you're their bastard seed, because they're two faggots and you're their bastard seed because you're a whore. Fat little bastard. What's the evidence that your mother is the best whore in Iran and you're the bastard whore of your uncle? Because the Bible...
Guys, he was given some of the most amazing abilities I've ever seen in my life. This is what he uses them for. This is what he uses them for.
I find it funny when people insult me sometimes. I don't know, but that was just. That was
Oh, I do too.
pretty-
You know, you know what I really find funny? If they like come up with like a really sick burn, then it's like hilarious. I was like that with death threats. I get all these death threats, but occasionally they're like hilarious.
Yeah.
Anyway,
is busy talking about your mother being a whore. Your
Wait,
mother's
wait,
a
wait.
whore. You're a
back.
bastard. You're a feminine.
This is very, very important. Take this part again.
Evidence that your mother is the best whore in Iran and you're the bastard whore of your uncle. Because the Bible is busy talking about your mother being a whore. Your mother's a whore. You're a bastard. You're effeminate
Pause.
queer.
Pause. Look what he just did here. He said, so here is a person named Jesus is Lord 12 who comes in and says, why is it nobody in the Bible spoke about Mary like that? Sam's response to that is because the Bible, notice not me, not you, not anybody else, because the Bible is busy talking about your mother being a whore. Now he directly inserts the Bible as part of his insult against somebody's mother, completely unnecessarily out of the blue. Calling somebody's mother a whore, he now uses the Bible directly, without rhyme, without reason, without anything. He just inserts it into his insults. It has become so normal to him. The other thing to notice here is the questioner here, or the commenter, is Jesus is Lord 12. This is obviously a Protestant Christian commenter who, because of Sam's, Sam speaks about Mary and about her her virginity and her status and all that. A Protestant inquirer comes into the live stream, into the discussion, and asks, why did the Bible not speak about Mary like this? Legitimate question, right? I have a lot of respect for Protestants. We do. We should all have respect for each other, but apparently Sam doesn't have any respect, because if you're a Protestant questioner who comes in and who asks a question about his Catholic beliefs, he will respond to that with, because your mother is a whore.
yeah,
This is a Christian. It's not some Muslim. It's not somebody who attacked him. It's a Protestant asking a legitimate, reasonable question. And he calls this person and his mother a whore. I have to say, we have to point out, this is obviously in no way representative of Catholics or Catholicism. All online Catholic
Not all of
teachers
them,
I'll
man.
say this.
that I've seen are wonderful, decent people. There are lots of Catholic channels out there to watch. Wonderful people, fantastic people. This is only representative of one person, and that is Sam Shimon himself, who is a sick bastard.
You're gay, and Satan's proud of you because you're a whore of Satan. You stupid whore. They think all women are like their mothers, who are whores, because you're a Shia whore and your mother's a Shia prostitute. Are you a dumb stupid? Come on up. Don't hide like mommy did when the Shia came to do muta with her. That's why Orthodox, because you're all the bastard seed of
He's
Muslim
describing
jihadis.
rape.
Yep.
Mhm.
He's describing people
terrible.
coming and raping that guy's mother
Mhm.
and her hiding. And he's having fun with this. He's really
Abusing people. He loves it. He loves it. He gets off on it. He gets off on abusing people. And he uses the Bible to do it. And he uses the Bible to get followers around him to help him do this. And this is what you find out about him over the years.
Gay, fags, you are another whore. You're a prostitute like your mother. I know you're a whore like your mother. You condemn Palestinians, but then you make love to
That lady
Palestinians
who
because
came
you're a
back to be
whore. You like to
saved.
sell yourself to them.
Yeah. Why so judgmental? I came here to be saved.
So this is
Yeah,
Christian here
it's
to listen to
ridiculous.
Christian stuff, and his response is because you're a whore.
Here and you say, "Hey, why are you so judgmental?"
And
to
it's
that?
nasty.
Shut up, you whore.
Absolute nastiness.
Prostitute like your mother. I know you're a whore like your mother. You condemn Palestinians, but then you make love to Palestinian because you're a whore. You like to sell yourself to them. I want to chill out your mother, brother, because I know she's a whore too. So now go find your whore mother with this whore. So get out of here. You are a stupid bastard, Murtad. Now, can you tell me this? You know, because the fat boy, he's a whore like, you know, the Shia who mounted him and his Shia mother,
It's
not
the
his
same
Catholic
talking
mother,
points.
because he's a
All
bastard
good.
who died of poison like a rat. May
then
Jesus
he
do that
brings
to you
Jesus
if you don't repent. Liam, is that what you're born? A bastard of your uncle? You're a whore like your mother, you whore. You little whore. You whore. You stupid bastard. But you're
I
a
don't
whore like your
understand.
mother. That's why you have
Hang on,
I
to
don't understand.
Hang on.
cover up for your gay lover because he likes to mount you when you mount him. Stupid whore. You are a
Thinks that somebody can be conceived through oral sex.
This is wild stuff. Did you ever?
No.
Let's go ahead and check out a clip here.
Andrew's here. He wants to join in the fun. Wants
Oh,
to be a
my
brother
goodness.
with us.
Andrew, please no.
We're
Please
cool with
no.
Andrew. We're good with you, Andrew.
please.
Oh, look at that. Andrew's got hair.
Your hair is good. Please. I'm not in the mood.
Talking about having hair and us not having hair.
I have hair too.
Damn
mine's from
smooth.
You any more?
When year was the last
Been a
time you
long
guys could
time,
just
man.
do that?
Been a
To
long
be
time,
honest,
man.
was 1989.
I don't know what happened leading up to this,
Whoa, what
but
the heck?
these are now how these discussions
This-
are going.
Oral sex.
Things are going on.
Could just do that.
Been a
To
long
be
time,
honest,
man.
was 1989.
Sam, did your wife?
Your wife wasn't there, nor was your mother there.
Yeah, but I mean, she was there blowing another
How
guy,
many?
right?
How many? I
It
know
was-
it's-
How was your wife right when you were with her, bro?
Andrew,
I know, yeah, your
Hey,
wife, that little whore.
Andrew, you can't behave, Andrew.
something to my
Come on, man.
face.
Is it yours? Is
Because
Get
I
on
heard
What?
you.
Talk
Yeah,
about
no,
trash.
I don't know what you mean. Did your wife blow another guy while you were with her?
This is
guy-
Orthodox.
This guy says he's a Christian. This Andrew
He's
guy?
not.
No, no, he's Orthodox. No,
As there
really.
was Sam Schmidt.
That was weird,
So-
man.
Andrew Wilson comes in and talks about things that happened.
And Sam
in
starts
case you
making
want to,
things
you
up.
know, and uses the language that Sam normally uses against others, except that Sam usually makes things up.
Yeesh.
And then he acts like nobody should be talking like this. And says, you see, this is orthodoxy. Because somebody actually others against him. Because somebody for once in his life talked about him the way he talks about others all the time.
Yep.
But apparently that means this is the face of
That's
orthodoxy.
crazy.
Because Andrew Wilson
I
talked
didn't know
like
that
that to
actually
him,
happened.
that means orthodoxy is bad. According to himself. A representative of Catholicism according to himself. What does it say about Catholicism?
Look at Lenny face here. Why are you playing this? Is this really edifying for your audience, David? You don't believe in calling out people for horrible, terrible behavior when you've given them everyone around you, and you never call it out, dude? You never call it out? If so, I don't know what Bible you're reading. Then he goes after everyone you know.
I want to commit, and I want to keep it at that. I don't want to talk about Sam Shamoun again after this. This should be the last
Too
thing.
bad. This is part 1 of 1 million.
I don't want to talk about him again. About David and about me for weeks. He made up all kinds of lies. He attacked and insulted, treated this like some soap opera, but a pretty messed up one. I would not consider it worthy of anyone's time to do this. But over the last week, I've found out how absolutely horrible Sam Shamoun is, because I think that guy needs to shut down. People need to stop listening to him altogether.
Yeah, he
People
needs
need
to
to stop
be
recommending that guy because he
avoided.
is a horrible human being. A horrible human being who loves to abuse other humans, which is why calling him out and
Can't
Well,
let
for
him
being
just
such a
keep-
jerk.
You gotta deal with the problem. Got to deal with the problem. Right now, AP, one of the big things that because people have been sharing, sending me the clips of what Sam is saying. I haven't watched those live streams that are about us, but people have been sending me clips. One of the these guys have said for years that I'm a great Bible teacher and I know the Bible really well, and they worked with me for years, and they did like Islam had a problem with it. Right? I'm just going to go ahead and give my background here because I have kind of a different view, but this is kind of required for understanding to when I became a Christian. It did not take long after I became a Christian for me to like look at how if I hadn't been in that block at this time, and if I hadn't, I'll give you an example. So you guys have heard of different dorm. There was a guy, total scumbag, named well, this was his nickname. There were like 5 to 7 of us who stayed up at night while everyone would just play cards or something like that. But we all couldn't stand him. But I realized, hey, every other person here just say, hey, look, he stabbed David with a pencil, and so David beat the crap out of him. Self-defense. So I told where this was going to happen. They came in if they know if they know something's going to happen, but they don't know who's going to do it, they'll break up the block. They'll just come in, take half the people in there, and send them to different parts of the jail. It's about right? And here's my bunk. There's Randy's bunk. That's when we start our discussions and stuff. And then himself in for 21 felonies, and then ends up in jail with me. And I start messing with him over Christianity. So I was an atheist at the time and not a particularly nice guy. So I started talking to Randy. I was like, I can steal this and it will be mine. So I took the book, but I read it. It was a collection but I read it. But some of the things in there,
because I've been brutally honest,
actually had an impact, and
in
they
fact,
tied together
brethren,
with Bible studies that I was doing and things that Randy had shown me. It's like everything comes
Scared.
And one of us going to plan for
David
this,
Wood
and that
was
Randy
friends.
was the right person to be
David
talking to me
Woods,
during this time.
right, was
So I
friends
go off to prison. Later in
with
prison,
a
these
guy
sorts of
that
things
he knew
happen,
had left his wife
over and
and
over
had already
again.
started
So
an
I was
adulterous
in,
relationship
I
with
was in
another
Stanton
woman,
Correctional
and
Center,
he's platforming
and you
him.
start off on a top bunk,
Oh,
and then you go on a
shut
waiting list.
up,
When a
you
bottom bunk comes
pig.
on, then they go down the bunk. And it was under a guy named Kane, who was the prison tattoo and drugs. And do you want the bottom
I'm
bunk?
gonna
And
get
I was-
banned from his
I was-
channel, but that's
I'm
okay.
like, I don't know. And he says, well, you have to let me know by whatever time and stuff like that. And then I'm just thinking, I was like, okay, what if I'm the person who needs to be over there? What if I'm the person that has to be over there? Yeah, I don't want to be over there, but what if I'm the person for that? So I went over there. A few years back, Kane came and visited, and we actually did a couple live streams
I'm
together.
calling on
But anyway,
them. This dude
I
is
was talking to
scared as
Kane,
heck.
and he would be sitting there going, while you're reading the Bible. And he says, the words will come off the page and you'll understand them like you've never understood them before. They will become clear. They will sink into your mind. It's like, dude, I don't want any drugs, dude. And he goes, well, I'll tell you what, you always have a cup of water sitting beside you. I'm flat out swinging first, but before I get too dizzy, I'm swinging. Couple weeks later, we ended up having discussions every night. Couple weeks later, Kane becomes a Christian, stops tattooing because it was against the rules. He started following another person. He didn't want to do any more tattoos, but he did get those covered up. So he started getting all his racist, white supremacist tattoos covered up and so on. And to this day, one of my best friends. So anyway, so that's prison. I eventually get out of prison. I needed a class. I was trying to get all my classes done on 3 days. Professors. I ended up in the one who was who ran the speech and debate team. And she said I should join the speech and debate team after I give a prison. But something personal, something from your life. So I went ahead and they're like, you didn't do all this crap. And so anyway, but ended up my wife, who her class got canceled one day. Just her class got canceled one day, and she walks down into the speech and debate room. That's how I met my wife. Started talking to her when she started arguing with both of us and stuff. Anyway, just looking at that after it happens, like, just all this stuff seems to come together really, really interestingly throughout my life. And of course, like AP a while back, he's like, so did you think that I was going to become a Christian? What do you think the chances of me becoming a Christian were? I was like 99%. I mean, I don't know, but it's like, I don't know. I just think God is putting people to about you too. I think that about you too. I think God puts you together with who you're around. Maybe you are the correct person to spend time with someone or to talk to.
You're telling me that you still believe that you could somehow help Sam Shamoun?
Yeah. When I met Sam, It did not take long. Like even before I talked to him, you could see this guy. One, he's making like brilliant articles.
Well, I haven't blocked anyone who punched her in the face. So according to you, punching my mother in the face was completely justified, and you are defending the man who beat her. Punching her in the face. Is this your email? You can all appreciate M's honesty. We can only wonder why the church suspended your Bible study indefinitely until you submit to church discipline and seek counseling. Is it because, like most people, they hear Sam, and I've never seen you repent of anything? Instead, when the way you treat people
guys, something you always blame it on someone. Anyway, go ahead.
When the way you treat people is brought up to you, your wife wants to get away from you and you attack her for it. I try to ignore you and you attack me for it. Instead of attacking, trying to respond. If your conscience is so incredibly seared that you will condemn Islam for promoting, why do any further emails from you? But know that I will continue praying for you every night, that God brings you to repentance. Apparently Sam posted that a long time ago and somebody shared it.
Oh, no, I think someone sent me that. You remind me of the guys who used to beat up my mom. Now keep in mind, guys. So I have to actually usually think through stuff. Can tick me off. Hey, I'm probably 210, 215 pounds when I was 17. I gotta stop, guys. Probably 210, 215 pounds when I was 17. I gotta stop, guys. Very easy to stop. Blood on her face. There's blood on the table, and for some reason I remember a broken plate. That's blood all over your face and ketchup. So she sent me back to bed. For some reason I remember a broken plate. That's blood all over your face and ketchup. So she sent me back to bed. I walked back to bed, and the fighting stopped for that night. So that's the only time I actually like stopped someone from. Look at that as something that was seriously screwed up about me. Then Sam punches his wife in the face and acts like I should just be fine with it and not have a problem because, well, you know, what? Wouldn't that be saying it was fine when guys were doing that to my mom? Like, if that's justification for hitting. So anyway, I'm like, the fact that you don't see a problem with what you just did, that is seriously problem. Don't see a problem with what you just did, that is seriously problem. Told him I didn't want to work with him anymore at that point. A while later, what? No,
I'm sorry. I just thought and not talk
That was
about it
just
because
one
everybody makes
mistake.
mistakes.
No,
If you think
that's
that is how you should
not
treat
something that needs to be left
somebody
alone.
that you're dealing with, please, if you are aware of somebody beating, abusing his wife, alerting people or offering help, somebody's being abused in that case.
I'm looking it up.
Somebody's being abused in that case.
I'm looking at comments here. Sam's fans and so on. David was punch her in the face in front of the daughters. This guy's actually defending it because he's a fan of Sam Shamoon. Why can't you include that?
Poor Sam.
What, that he didn't beat her before? Guys, you ever heard me say a word about this? Anyone watching, you ever hear me say, Sam, the moment someone accused AP of doing something, Sam was all over it and telling me I need to be publicizing and condemning this.
Hey, why are you black, man?
What? He start the stupid thing.
Why is you black?
Another one of Sam's fans. We as Christians, yeah, guys, it doesn't matter what we show. Sam's always going to explain himself. That's the point. I just think, and he says, I just think we as Christians shouldn't air dirty laundry. I do too. That's what I think too. That's why I'm only doing it with the one person who demands that we do it. His rule, obviously, we should jump on and expose it. No, the man has no concept. Never seen him agree that a rule should be applied to him. Like seriously, he might say it. He's like, "Oh yeah, you're right, man. You're right, man." It never, ever, ever leads to change. And you just saw AP quoted me saying that to him 10 years ago. I've never seen you repent of anything. You attack, and this is a guy who constantly, I mean, endlessly attacks everyone. You're wrong. You're evil. You're evil. You did. So, but yes, AP.
Yes.
You were saying, I think you caught on that basically when I met Sam, I was thinking I was there for a reason. And so you meet Sam and you say, wow, this guy's knowledge of the Bible and the Quran and arguments and so on are out of this world. This guy is on a completely different level. He's on a different level from everyone else. But he's extremely messed up. He's the most judgmental person you've ever met in your life. He attacks everyone. The moment you disagree with him, he flips out. He loses his mind.
If you want me to then PayPal the 900 today, that I
He's
can
clearly
do.
got
You gotta
mental
let me
health
know.
problems.
Watch her.
And have the girls pray for the support. I don't
He
lose support.
attacks, threatens.
I'm
I can deal with
The
all
show
of that.
today. Sam Shamoon
Like,
exposed.
I'm kind of
Someone's-
made for dealing with that, right? Like I grew up in a West Virginia trailer park, fun environment, but you know, we're poor, people fighting all the time, hillbilly area, a lot of hillbillies.
It was poor.
End up in prison around inmates. Guess what? If you don't want to be fighting every day, you have to learn to deal with a bunch of people, anyone else away from him very quickly. I can live with this stuff. And I just thought, so maybe I'm the guy who up with all this stuff, and I will stick with him. And eventually, over time, if he has a couple of good friends around him, like me and eventually Anthony and so on, my wife, improve and become better. Because if this guy ever reaches his full potential, this guy thinking that I was there to help Sam, if God had come to me and said, David, I'm going to help Sam Shamoon, I will make Sam Shamoon reach his full potential in using all of his gifts that I've given him to do nothing but glorify me and expose Islam. But I'm going to kill you right now, David. If going, hey, you know, not even going to let you say goodbye to your family or anything else. You're just going to drop dead. I would have said, deal. That if this one guy can sort of more world changing than anything I'm ever going to accomplish, and therefore, yep, I would do that. I would take that trade. I would have taken that trade. I've been humbled. I'm different now. Everything's different. I'm better. And keep in mind, it's the same thing that guys use with their wives after they abuse them. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, I was wrong. Man, judge. But they became worse. They became worse every single
I just kicked myself out. I'm back.
Quit being a dork. Quit being a dork. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. So it was Sam's reasoning. The reason the Canaanites had people, but I'm telling you, I'm like, dude, okay, your daughters live with their mother.
I wonder in what way, though.
They punched her in the face, and that's kind of the least of it. When you get to the way he would talk about her around the kids, it's really, really bad. It's like they have a relationship with guys, and trust me on this. My mom's dad was an abusive wife beater. Who did she always get as her boyfriends? That's what she understood. Or physically, if so, get as far away from that guy as possible. But
look at this. There are Sam Shamoon fans who are now, this was disgusting, AP. Why did you say that? Because I made an illusion. A mile away.
Yeah. When you say it, they will understand it's evil.
To apply
when you say it, they will understand it's evil.
To him. These are Sam's fans who are like, the disgusting AP. Are you guys aware? We just watched it. That Sam said out of nowhere, because I criticized him, that my father would beat my mother and rape me. Are you guys aware that Sam said that about me? Are you guys aware that Sam says stuff like this about people all the time?
Constantly.
If you're a
Christians,
fan of his,
Christians,
and when something like that, in a mild way, is applied to him, because you are defending him, you are probably morally questionable as well. I don't know.
And then also sodomize you, you filthy dog.
Yeah.
Sodomize you, you filthy dog.
Yeah, to treat a woman, that's going to potentially lead to problems in their relationships in the future. If you also tell evil monster whore, guess what? People in the Assyrian community talk that because you're blasting this all over your live streams and stuff like this. Why? Why would he would not listen? He just had to keep attacking her constantly over big moment. In that, I was thinking, okay, I'm sitting here thinking that this guy, something is going to
Muslim tendencies
he seemed to love most in the world is not enough to get him to stop doing. I don't know what. How am I going to help? If me saying, dude, think about your dog, there's no point in him trashing her in front of the community. There's no point. It's just it was eventually starting to see how he's talking to everyone, calling everyone's whores and talking about their mothers and stuff.
Worse, as vile as he had said. He said some very vile stuff.
My goal is
it was somewhere, and keep in mind, even then, I think about these things very carefully, right? I'm not impulsive in making lots of decisions there are times when someone just like clearly crosses a line, and I definitely don't, I'm not interested in that person being in my life. I'm just like, okay, I'm just not going to talk to this person anymore. This person's doing some really, really messed up stuff. I was friends, just wanted to, and again, everyone is watching. Sam did so many things over the years that every last one of them, a normal, rational person could have said, I do not want to be anywhere near this guy. This guy is completely toxic.
I believe it. It seems it.
Purpose that I was there to help this guy get through all his issues and so on. Actually, like, bothered me. It's like, wait a minute, I've kind of always been based on, I've kind of always thought in terms of God sort of arranging people. What the heck is the point? And anyway, I got to the point, guys. I got to the point more recently. I think I was there for a reason. I think will help him out of it. I no longer think that was the point. It's more along the lines of around him, and he threatens them and intimidates them into keeping quiet about this stuff. And hey, I'm the guy who knows all this stuff about him, and I'm not scared of anything that he could do to me. What are you going to do? I'm going to expose you. Expose away, pal. Just by nature, I'm always on the side of the or else. I always favor the or else. Do this or else, which is what happened for most of my interactions with Sam. It's like, I don't think I'm supposed to expose this guy. I don't think so. Now we're in a different situation.
And to speak,
guys,
apparently this is his way of trying to gain sympathy now, because
that's what he does.
He's crying for sympathy,
yep,
and crying to Mother Mary. I wonder what Mother Mary thinks about him calling everyone and their mother whores. I really wonder what he thinks about that situation, what he thinks she thinks about that situation. Said, I don't know why he's doing this, and I don't want to talk further about this. Me and about others. He loves to attack. He loves to pile on people, not in the way excuse of a human being.
Yeah, beyond terrible. And by the way, you got guys, you basically get three reactions from Sam. Most of the time, that he criticize me over anything. Ha ha! I'm going to expose you and attack you on this. Criticize me over anything. Ha ha! I'm going to expose you and attack you on this and this and this and that. That's how he uses his God-given abilities. That's what this and this and that. That's how he uses his God-given abilities. That's what you get most of the time. When he can't win with the or attacking me, I don't know why everyone's attacking me. I don't know why everyone's attacking me, guys. Serious. If you are so incredibly stupid that you don't understand, like, he builds up all these enemies for years. Finally, that's not something that's going to happen. You are not going to spend the rest of my life attacking everyone I work with because you have abandonment issues. You're not doing it, dude. And then, I'm a victim. I don't know why I'm going through this. It's because of my love for Mary's. What a work of art this guy is. So, guys,
he's a work.
Several years. So just recently, like over the past couple weeks, like, okay, several years. So just recently, like over the past couple weeks, like, okay, maybe I am here for a reason. I'm the one who's not scared of anything this dude. Is he stupid?
He is.
But notice, if you go back to
so
when I
smart,
just was
Sam
done with
is.
him a few years ago.
Memorize anything from a book.
I stopped interacting, just making crap up. I didn't say a word. Why? I wasn't trying to destroy him. And I was always hoping, hey, maybe if he loses enough of his close relations, because he lost his wife, he's losing all his friends, all his real friends.
Yeah.
And maybe he will take the hint, leaving quietly. Just, okay, let God deal with him. There's nothing I can do there.
Not good with that.
So, how did he respond? Because I was fine. I just went away. Guys, remember a couple days ago, I talked about, what did I do? I took down all our live streams that we did together. Because why? I didn't want to be associated on our live streams.
Why would you want to be associated with that crap?
He put them back up on his channel. You guys understand how relevant that is? If I say, okay, I have decided, after knowing you for all these years, to decide that sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's not your decision to make. I decide. What is
it?
That's like stalker. I take everything down, he puts it back up. And then he would occasionally put up, over time, put up new old live streams to the point where, David, why aren't you working with Sam? You were just doing shows with him to make it look like we still work together. Because for some reason, he cannot grant me the basic level of respect to say, okay, if you don't want to be associated with me, no problem, directly in front, not standing right in front of me, like 20 to 30 feet behind whoever I'm talking to. And he makes sure I'm right. He makes sure he's right there. Got to the point. I forget if this was Florida or I'm out there staying with some guys, and Sam's walking around and stuff. And I said, watch what he does, guys. There's only one way into the auditorium when it's time for the next guy to speak. There's only one way into the auditorium. Sam is going to go and stand right beside that door so that I have to walk right past him. And of course, he did. He walked right by the door, so I had to. EPS and ETS. And again, guys, anyone can go to a conference. So I wouldn't have had any problem with him going to a conference 30 feet behind the person, but he would make sure he's standing behind the person right in my field of vision. And making sure that he's directly in my line of sight. Watch what happens. I'm going to circle around you and be facing the opposite direction. He will circle around the entire room just to be in front of me again. And he would do it every single time. So I would walk around the person, face the other direction, then Sam would walk around and be right in front of me again.
I would say,
and then I would say, "Hey, watch how far he'll go with this." Start saying, "So tell David, blah blah blah. Tell David, huh? Now, guess what? We're actually gonna see the clip. Matter of fact, let's just tell David, blah blah blah. Tell David, huh? Now, guess what? We're actually gonna see the clip. Matter of fact, go watch it now. And he follows me all over the place, and I block him from everything, and he sends messages.
Get this bastard out. Anyway, go ahead, David. Stupid dumb bastard. You even took that out of account. That effeminate Turkish fag will come and lay hands on you. Go ahead, brother. So what's your background, Augustine? What's your background? Because he's stupid and he doesn't think, because he's an idiot. His work to humble himself. He pulls around so that he's right in front of me, and me blocking him from everything and contact him. Think about the situation here. I eventually am so repulsed with this guy's behavior and his life. I take things down, he puts them back up, and so on. Massive stalker behavior. Let's go ahead and finish this clip. See what's good. The stupid father being a Shia prostitute in Iran. Shut the hell up, you stupid bastard. What sword came on Constantine when after his father used to mount him? Because, like I said, he's a Turk. What?
So,
quit making this all about you.
So what Sam is saying here, it's so funny because people are like, why are you talking about this? He made a public post about me. And called me all kinds of things. He sent me a message, a voice message.
He stalks because it's the Christ-like thing to do.
Me and called me all kinds of things. He sent me a message, a voice message.
He stalks because it's the Christ-like thing to do. But let's see if there's anything else. I can't accept it. I still want to pursue him.
Make peace for the sake of Christ.
That was the crime. And then he has to follow me around, and this is the same mindset as someone, like, remember those cases where, like, in Pakistan, like, a dude would propose marriage to a woman or something like this. She would say no, and he'd throw acid in her face, and then you got these women who, like, abandon me. Those guys, good chance they have borderline personality disorder. They can't handle, that's why I go to prison for it. Just to teach you, you do not get to walk away from me without consequences. You will think about me for the rest of your life. What's Sam doing when he shows up at the conference and he makes sure? And by the way, guys, we know exactly what this is. We'll have disorder where people drive a behavior, but can't stand being alone. So, is there a disorder? See at the top there? Is there a psychological disorder where people drive others away with their
Oh no, he was right.
Yes, this pattern aligns an impulsive behavior. Horse. People with borderline based on
such a person, and you have to make some very, very difficult decisions. And I will
some cases prevention or prevent isolation. Research indicates that every person with borderline personality disorder exhibits stalking, and stalking itself isn't a diagnostic. Look, Sam it's treatable. And all of this drove AP into exile. Everyone who saw him, he couldn't take anymore. So, guys, that's the situation. And by the way, that's one of the reasons that I sort of stuck with Sam so long, despite the slightest effort to change. Sam blamed me for it. Me feeling responsible for Nabil getting cancer, something like that. Help me, give me some therapy so that I can have healthy, stable relationships with people. because Sam has insisted on sharing, on getting to the bottom of Hornet, because now he's made it clear. One, he's applying rules that you have to expose people. That's him. I'm done not holding him to the standards he applies to everyone else. So here we go, guys.
Yep.
My wife was friends with his wife. We even sent them on for a little while, right? We're not the easiest guys to live with. We're not the easiest guys to live with. And so they were friends. My wife and seriously messed up. But that eventually got shared.
There's always a reason to cringe.
Of stuff that's been going on for Michelle's. What are you doing, AP?
You're still yapping? What is this, man?
Dude, it's getting more messed up right now.
All I can see is you yapping for an hour about your life story.
Dude,
bring it.
Okay. Oh no, hang on. Let's see why I'm bringing this up right now. Didn't want to, but let's go ahead and check this out. Here we go. Something called extortion, guys. Let's see.
It started with Anthony Rogers, the slander campaign.
And take you out. I've already talked about his daughters, guys. And take you out. I've already talked about his daughters, guys.
I don't know.
Right.
So he can talk about everybody's father and
I don't know.
right.
So he can talk about everybody's father and everybody's mother and
everybody's father
daughters,
and
everybody's mother and
everybody's father and mother and daughters and sons.
Family.
Yeah. Okay. Mother and daughters and sons.
Family.
Yeah. Okay. If you give me the or else, do this or else. I'm taking the or else. Okay. I accept. Okay. I accept. I accept your conditions, Sam. You constantly threaten people.
Because motherfucker does, right? See his language? This
What
who lives
is
with his mother. He lives with his
language?
mother, by the way. He can't get his own place. Born September, he can't get his own place. Born September 14, 1972, that he is
That's me now, I guess.
the leader, that he is
That's me now, I guess.
the leader of a cult following because he's a sociopathic, narcissistic cult following because he's a sociopathic, narcissistic. Let me write you. So do you guys see it's not about
Guys, that I explain why I continued working with him despite knowing how screwed up he was. Guys, that I explain why I continued working with him despite knowing how screwed up he was. You're going to work with the person. You're not going to try to be patient with the person. You're not going to try to help the person improve. You're just going to reject the person. Guys, keep in mind, that's how he behaves.
you want more proof? He's a cult leader? No.
They want proof.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
What do you mean coincidence?
Look who it is.
What a
IP will be joining
absolute ass.
What do you mean
You're
coincidence?
We're in a cult. Guys, did you hear it? 3 people. We're in a cult. Guys, did you hear it? 3 people speaking among men.
David hasn't cut me off and shut me out and publicly exposed me or for this at all. But
Tons wrong about tons of things, right? No one wants to deal with this. Why? Because he will spend the rest of his life attacking you. Other things you want to say, oh yeah, David Wood, what an evil scumbag, can't stand that dude. I don't care. I'm fine with it. Self with nothing but yes men who mindlessly agree with him. And he conditions them to think that he's right about every single guy who's using cult tactics. Interesting stuff.
To the chat.
I mean, I have to say this also completely messed up because the only person who's running a cult is me.
His wife just wants to be left alone. You brought this on yourself.
He's blackmailing her.
This is extortion. This is extortion. You brought this on yourself.
He's blackmailing her.
This is extortion. This is extortion. Let me bang. Maybe I'll go ahead and talk to David. Guys, keep in mind, she has not said one word to me. Absolutely nothing to do with this discussion right now.
text messages and videos of my daughters. So can you do that? Messages and videos of my daughters. So can you do that? Tell me.
He's saying I will expose all this stuff, but he's playing a video. He's playing it in a video, his audio clip where he's saying the stuff, right?
So they just
Guys,
bomb him.
this entire thing is just holding him to his.
Please call my bluff. Please. See?
She doesn't have to, Sam, because I'm going to call your bluff, and I don't care if it's a bluff. You always make.
Sorry,
Those Middle
no.
Eastern
Why do you think she
countries
said
are
sorry,
just
no?
killing people left and
Look
right,
at her response,
even
dude.
Muslims.
Dude, why are you attacking me? This is on you, narcissist.
Because she knows I have the evidence. I've showed it to her. Why won't she go public and expose me? See
She
it
doesn't
right
need
here?
to do.
You burn bridges.
The final passage, which could come later in the evening tonight, maybe in the overnight, maybe willing to support that deal. So you see how that coalition of Democrats is growing. And here's the other issue.
First vote to move to finally reopen the government. It's been ridiculous. The Democrats have been first vote to move to finally reopen the government. It's been ridiculous. The Democrats have been we do, which would mean probably the government would we do, which would mean probably the government wouldn't reopen until Thursday. Now they're reopen back tomorrow night. So we'll see what they do. More than likely, they're going to try to continue to hold you guys as leverage points.
Thank you very much.
And whilst federal workers and vulnerable Americans are breathing
impossible to delay the votes that are going to take place. And if that were not the case, that is certainly understand what is being voted on today.
I think they need to understand what a
Everybody
crook
in
you are,
America
Bernie.
knows that our current healthcare system is broken.
Yeah.
It is dysfunctional. It is cruel.
And you guys are
it
at
is by
fault for
far
putting
the
it in
most
place.
expensive healthcare system in the world.
Yeah,
and the
Obamacare
only
wasn't good.
healthcare
overperformed in New York City in 2024. And so Mamdani, his policy, so much it is a referendum on the larger political, his policy, so much it is a referendum on the larger political climate.
Her, the Lord removed you from me.
But look at this. You just gave the Dawa boys lifelong attitude you have. You got to. You can't let this be known. You can't let this be exposed because of children in like the Catholic Church. You had priests, right? They understood. Hey, if I can become a priest,
yeah, they don't.
Then even if I get caught, unless they're not going to want to expose it, they're just going to ship me somewhere else because no one wants to expose the church and make the church look bad. Users to be immune to criticism because we're scared of giving the Dawa guys ammunition.
All of us make mistakes, but you do too. And another one was, why are you talking about his, not us who are attacking somebody. It's not us who are revealing somebody's private life. It is talk about this kind of stuff. He demanded and he begged David to talk. And if those sins were just limited to him sinning, nobody should ever recommend him as a source for anything. Everybody's
just because everyone else was attacking her, and Salman behind veils because everyone else was attacking her, and Salman behind veils, they helped her. Anyone who tried to this. So let Sam finish here. It's going to crush you.
Watch what God's going to do to you and the faggot you're with. But call my bluff, Michelle. Go and lie so I can give the receipts. I have receipts. God discipline you for bringing my daughters into your filthy, adulterous marriage. And you.
She blocked him.
Well, he's good.
They're deciding to do it now when they know I'm going to be at the PBD show.
Even though I know they don't want to keep you there.
It's not a coincidence. It is you inviting this.
You're going to get a blowback from all the people you have.
Awesome.